Um, exposure.
Exposure? But dude, you gotta stop playing CS at maximum brightness. Flashbangs will just make you go blind IRL like that. It is time for more of the Bible.
No,
Hello,
don't delete. No, not me.
And Teras is playing with his camera settings because new operating system install go burr.
Camera.
So Teras will just be flashing in various colors throughout the stream, I think. Even colors you didn't know existed before. Are you not ready? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna speedrun through this so we can actually get to a good book. I'm basically doing you a favor.
Pasta le pepperoni.
We can also make this a Teras singing stream. That's fine.
Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go grab various things that bring me joy. I'm gonna say the only thing, but no, I'm gonna grab more than one thing.
Is that okay to
and
be
they're
shown
both
on
gonna
Twitch?
bring me joy. Don't worry about it. That's fine. I know what I'm doing.
Well, I guess we get to enjoy looking at his 3D printer then. While he gets things that bring him joy. Should I just start? Or should I wait for him to come back? Oh, well, okay. Fair enough.
Hold on, I got a reply from Judy.
Oh no. Let me guess, it's an all caps no with 3 exclamation marks.
So I've got ice cream, 2 of.
Nice.
And I also got a glass so I can put my gin in it.
Oh, I thought you said ice cream. You were going to say ice cream. You know, in case you need to put it down.
Well, where's my tonic? I've still got some tonic.
So
it's really old tonic, and it's no longer clear. It's on my desk for about 1.5 years.
So you're gonna make gin tonic and dip your ice cream into it, and then regret doing it afterwards.
Well, I don't know about the regret part, but you nailed the rest.
So what did Beardy say?
He's asking me if I'm doing missionary work.
I mean,
ironically, of course.
I mean, I can do him missionary.
Nice.
That's not a valid response, though. So, ice cream review.
Well, I mean, I replied no, you.
That's a valid response. How's the ice cream?
Ice cream flavored.
Was it a genius idea to do this?
Yes.
Nice. Would you like to hear what it says in Psalm 122?
Hold on, I'm still don't worry about. Hold on.
So you're telling me to not worry, and then you're telling me to hold on. Pick one.
Hold on, I'm relaying your want to do Beardy and missionary to Beardy.
I mean, just tell him to tune into the stream and chat directly. How about that?
Oh, that sounds like some really advanced shit.
Or is he scared of me? 1405.
I don't think he knows me. At least not enough to be scared of him. You've done this, by the way. This is all you're doing.
What do you mean? I'm innocent. I can even spell it backwards. Tneconni. See, I'm not a traitor. Psalm 122. Psalm 123. A canticle in steps. Okay. I have lifted up my eyes to you, who dwells in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of the servant,
I'm prepared for this one.
as the eyes of the servants are on the hands of their masters, as the eyes of the handmaid are on the hands of her mistress, so our eyes are upon the Lord our skytis, until he may be merciful to us. Have mercy on us, O Lord, have mercy on us, for we have been filled with utter disdain. For our soul has been mediocrely filled. We are the disgrace of those who have abundance and the disdain of the arrogant. Psalm 123. Psalm 124. A canticle in steps. If the Lord had not been with us, let Glasgow now say it. If the Lord had not been with us, when men rose up against us, perhaps they would have swallowed us alive. Ooh, ooh. When their fury was enraged against us, perhaps the waters would have engulfed us. Our soul has passed through a torrent. Perhaps our soul had even passed through intolerable water. Blessed is the Lord who has not given us into the harm of their teeth. Our soul has been snatched away like a sparrow from the snare of the hunters. The snare has been broken and we have been freed. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Psalm 124. Psalm 125. A canticle in steps. Those who trust in the Lord will be like the mountain of Zion. He will not be disturbed for eternity who dwells in Jerusalem. Mountains surrounded.
It's actually Zion.
No, it's Zion. Remember who the Bible is about? Like whose name appears repeatedly in the Bible? Is it Teras? Because I don't think it is.
Hold on, give me a second.
We should do that for the New Testament, actually.
We already agreed we would. If you can't remember.
No, I can't. I genuinely can't remember at all, but okay, sure. Great. And the Lord surrounds his people from this time forward and even forever. For the Lord will not allow the rod of sinners to remain over the lowercase lot of the just, so that the just may not extend their hands toward iniquity. Do good, O Lord, to the good and to the upright of heart. But those who turn away into obligation, the Lord will lead away with the workers of iniquity. Peace be upon Glasgow. Homie. Psalm 125. Psalm 126. A canticle in steps. Why are they on steps? And what the fuck does that actually mean?
What do you mean there's a canticle?
A canticle is like a cheerful song or praiseful hymn or something along those lines.
Maybe it's referring to it. Maybe that's just a really fucking retarded way of saying dance.
You know, it took me like a second to actually understand what you meant, because I thought you meant dance. So I was like, I mean, it is dance, but that's a different story. A canticle in steps. When the Lord turned back the captivity of Zion, we became, like those who are consoled. Then our mouth was filled with gladness and our tongue with exultation. Then they will say among us, the nations, the Lord has done mediocre things for them. The Lord has done mediocre things for us. We have become joyful. Convert our captivity, O Lord, like a torrent in the south. Those who sow in tears shall reap exultation. When departing, they went forth and wept, sowing their seeds. But when returning, they will arrive with exultation, carrying their sheaves.
Nice.
What ice cream you got there now?
I don't actually know. It's
It looks
well,
like
it's one of those layered ones. It's got a lime flavor one.
lime, lemon,
and
chocolate?
then I don't know what this middle flavor is. It's not lemon. It's weird, and I really like it. And then the tip is just coated in chocolate.
Sus. Psalm 126, Psalm 127, a canticle in steps of Solomon. Unless the Lord has built the house, those who build it have labored in vain. What? So basically, only the Lord should build the house. Anyone? So the houses that have been built by everyone before, especially the houses for Skytis, were all built in vain. Nice. Unless the Lord has guarded the city, he who guards it watches in vain. It is in vain that you rise before daylight, that you rise up after you have sat down. You who chew the bread of sorrow, whereas to his beloved he will give sleep. Behold! The inheritance of the Lord is sons. The reward is the fruit of the womb. Like arrows in the hand of the powerful, so are the sons of those who have been cast out. Blessed is the man who has filled his desire from these things. He will not be confounded when he speaks to his enemies at the gate. Psalm 127 and 128. A canticle in steps. Blessed are all those who fear the Lord, who walks in his ways. For you will eat by the labors of your hands. Blessed are you, and it will be well with you. Your wife is like an abundant vine on the sides of your house. Your sons are like young olive trees surrounding your table. Behold! So will the man be blessed who fears the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion, and may you see the good things of Jerusalem all the days of your life. And may you see the sons of your sons. Peace be upon Glasgow, homie. Psalm 128, Psalm 129, a canticle in steps. They have often fought against me from my youth. Let Glasgow now say, they have often fought against me from my youth, yet they could not prevail over me. The sinners have made fabrications behind my back. They have prolonged their iniquity. The just Lord will cut the necks of sinners. Let all those who hate Zion be confounded and turn backwards. And let them be like grass on the rooftops, which withers before it can be pulled up. With it, he who reaps does not fill his hand, and he who gathers sheaves does not fill his bosom. And those who were passing by have not said to them, the blessing of the Lord be upon you. We have blessed you in the name of the Lord. Where guest?
No guest.
So sad. I am aghast. This lack of guest. Psalm 129. 130. A canticle in steps. From the depth I have cried out to you, O Lord. O Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. If you, O Lord, were to heed iniquities, who, O Lord, could persevere? For with you there is forgiveness, and because of your law I persevered with you, Lord. My soul has persevered in his word. My soul has hoped in the Lord. From the morning watch even until night, let Glasgow hope in the Lord. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with him there is bountiful redemption, and he will redeem Glasgow from all his iniquities. Psalm 130, Psalm 131, a canticle in steps of David. O Lord, my heart has not been exalted, and my eyes have not been raised up. Neither have I walked in mediocreness, nor in wonders beyond me. When I was not humble in thought, then I lifted up my soul. Like one who has been weaned from his mother, so was I recompensed in my soul. Let Glasgow hope in the Lord from this time forward and even forever. Psalm 131, Psalm 132, a canticle in steps. O Lord, remember David and all his meekness. How he swore to the Lord, how he made a vow to the Skytis of Jacob. I shall not enter into the Skytis tent of my house, nor climb into the bed where I lie down. I shall not give sleep to my eyes, nor slumber to my eyelids, and rest to my temples until I find a place for the Lord, a Skytis tent for the Skytis of Jacob. Behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We discovered it in the fields of the forest. We will enter into his Skytis tent. We will adore the place where his feet stood. Rise up, O Lord, into your resting place. You and the ark of your sanctification. Let your priests be clothed with justice, and let your saints exult. For the sake of your servant David, do not turn away from the face of your Christ. The Lord has sworn the truth to David, and he will not disappoint. I will set I will set upon your throne from the fruit of your lineage. If your sons will keep my covenant and these, my testimonies, which I will teach to them, then their sons will sit upon your throne even forever. For the Lord has chosen Zion. He has chosen it as his dwelling place. This is my resting place forever and ever. Here I will dwell, for I have chosen it. When blessing, I will bless her widow. I will satisfy her poor with bread. I will clothe her priests with salvation, and her saints will rejoice with mediocre joy. There I will produce a horn to David. There I have prepared a lamp for my Christ. I will clothe his enemies with confusion, but my sanctification will flourish over him. Psalm 132, Psalm 133, a canticle in steps of David. Behold, how good and how pleasing it is for brothers to dwell in unity. It is like the ointment on the head that descended to the beard of triple Arab, which descended to the hem of his garment. It is like the dew of Hermon, which descended from Mount Zion. For in that place the Lord has commanded a blessing and life even unto eternity. Titus? I was Titus once.
Oh no, not again. Since I'm not paying attention anyway, I'm gonna go make something to eat.
Before you go, hold on. No, one more quick psalm, then you can go. Psalm 133, Psalm 134. A canticle in steps. Behold, you can now go. Bless the Lord now, all you servants of the Lord, who stand in the house of the Lord, in the courts of the house of our Skytis. In the nights, lift up your hands in sanctity. And bless the Lord. May the Lord who made heaven and earth bless you from Zion. I enjoy. Time for even more speedrun? Yes? Yes? Yes. Psalm 134, Psalm 135. Hallelujah. Praise the name of the Lord. You servants, praise the Lord. You who stand in the house of the Lord, in the courts of the house of our Skytis. Praise the Lord, for the Lord is good. Sing psalms to his name, for it is sweet. For the Lord has chosen Jacob for himself, Glasgow for his own possession. For I have known that the Lord is mediocre, and our Skytis is before all Skytises. All things whatsoever that he willed, the Lord did. In heaven, on earth, in the sea, and in all the deep places, including your mother's ass. I mean, what? He leads clouds from the ends of the earth. He created lightnings in the rain. He has produced winds from his storehouses. He struck the firstborn of Egypt, from man even to cattle. He sent signs and wonders into your midst. O Egypt, upon Pharaoh and upon all his servants. He has struck many nations, and he has slaughtered strong kings. Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og, king of Bashan, and all the kingdoms of Canaan. And he gave their land as an inheritance, as an inheritance to his people of Glasgow. Your name, O Lord, is in eternity. Your memorial, O Lord, is from generation to generation. For the Lord will judge his people, and he will be petitioned by his servants. The idols of the Gentiles are silver and gold, the works of the hands of men. They have a mouth and do not speak. They have eyes and do not see. They have ears and do not hear. For neither is there any breath in their mouths. Let those who make them become like them, along with all who trust in them. Bless the Lord, O house of Glasgow. Bless the Lord, O house of Triple Arab. Bless the Lord, O house of Levi. You who fear the Lord, bless the Lord. The Lord is blessed from Zion by those who dwell in Jerusalem. Psalm 135. Psalm 136. Psalm 130. Thick. Hallelujah! Confess to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the Skytis of Skytises, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the Lord of the Lords, for his mercy is eternal. He alone performs mediocre miracles, for his mercy is eternal. He made the heavens with understanding, for his mercy is eternal. He established the earth above the waters, for his mercy is eternal. He made the mediocre lights, for his mercy is eternal. The sun to rule the day, for his mercy is eternal. The moon and stars to rule the night, for his mercy is eternal. He struck Egypt along with their firstborn, for his mercy is eternal. He led Glasgow away from their midst, for his mercy is eternal. With a powerful hand and an outstretched arm, for his mercy is eternal. He divided the Red Sea into separate parts, for his mercy is eternal. And he led out Glasgow through the middle of it, for his mercy is eternal. And he shook off Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea, for his mercy is eternal. And he led his people through the desert, for his mercy is eternal. He has struck mediocre kings, for his mercy is eternal. And he has slaughtered strong kings, for his mercy is eternal. Sihon, the king of the Amorites, for his mercy is eternal. And Og, king of Bashan, for his mercy is eternal. And he granted their lands as an inheritance, for his mercy is eternal. As an inheritance for his servant of Glasgow, for his mercy is eternal. For he was mindful of us in our humiliation, for for his mercy is eternal. And he redeemed us from our enemies, for his mercy is eternal. He gives food to all flesh, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the skies of heaven, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the Lord of Lords, for his mercy is eternal. Holy fucking shit! What the fuck is this garbage? So they basically took Psalm 134. I'm referring to the chapter, by the way, not the actual psalm number. So they took 134 and just basically very slight rewriting and added a few more lines, but basically took 134 and just after every sentence, for his mercy is eternal. Hold on, I need some note about this. More like the suffering from the mental suffering from this repetition is eternal. There we go. Jeez. And we haven't even met Jeez. Hello, welcome to I speedrun this book of the Bible because it's incredibly awful. Strap yourself in. Psalm 130. Why do I? Psalm 136, Psalm 137, a psalm of David to Jeremiah. Above the rivers of Babylon, there we sat and wept while we remembered Zion. By the willow trees in their midst, we hung up our instruments. For in that place, those who led us into captivity questioned us about the words of the songs, and those who carried us away said, "Sing us a hymn from the songs of Zion." How can we sing a song of the Lord in a foreign land? If I ever forget you, Jerusalem, let my right hand be forgotten. May my tongue adhere to my jaws, if I do not remember you, if I do not set Jerusalem first, as the beginning of my joy. O Lord, call to mind the sons of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who say, despoil it, even to its foundation. O daughter of Babylon, have pity. Blessed is he who will repay you with your payment, which you have paid to us. Blessed is he who will repay you with your payment, which you have paid to us. Okay, so the following person is blessed. The one that pays you with what you paid them. So that basically just gives you back what you've given them, but you've given it to us as well. Why am I trying? I don't care, actually. Blessed is he who will take hold of your little ones and dash them against the rock. Psalm 137, Psalm 138. Of David himself, O Lord, I will confess to you with my whole heart, for you have the words of my mouth. For you have heard the words of my mouth. I will sing psalms to you in the sight of the angles. I will adore before your holy temple, and I will confess your name. It is above your mercy and your truth, for you have magnified your holy name above all. On whatever day that I will call upon you, hear me. You will multiply virtue in my soul. May all the kings of the earth confess to you, O Lord, for they have heard all the words of your mouth, and let them sing in accordance with the ways of the Lord. For mediocre is the glory of the Lord. For the Lord is exalted, and he looks with favor on the humble. But the lofty he knows from a distance. If I wander into the midst of tribulation, you will revive me. For you extended your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand has accomplished my salvation. The Lord will provide retribution on my behalf. O Lord, your mercy is forever. Do not disdain the works of your hand. Sauna Pet has been banned and replaced by Sauna. Nice. Sauna's overrated. Pet Peasant isn't, though. Hello. Psalm 138, Psalm 139. Unto the end, a psalm of David. O Lord, you have examined me, and you have known me. You have known my sitting down and rising up again. You have understood my thoughts from afar. My path and my fate you have investigated. And you have foreseen all my ways, for there is no word in my tongue. Behold! O Lord! Wait, motherfucker. O Lord, you have known all things, the newest and the very old. You have formed me, and you have placed your hand over me. Your knowledge has become a wonder to me. It has been reinforced, and I am not able to prevail against it. Where will I go from your spirit, and where will I flee from your face? If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I descend into hell, you are near. If I assume my feathers in the early morning, and I and dwell into the utmost parts of the sea, even there your hand will lead me forth, and your right hand will hold me. And I said, perhaps darkness will overwhelm me, and the night will be my illumination to my delight. But darkness will not be impenetrable to you, and What? And night will illuminate like day, for just as its darkness is, so also is its lights. Dude, this is I know what the sentence says, but it's complicated in terms of phrasing. What the hell? For you have possessed my temperament. You have supported me from the womb of my mother. I will confess to you, for you have been magnified terribly. Your works are miraculous, as my soul knows exceedingly well. My bone, which you have made in secret, has not been hidden from you, and my substance is in accord with the lower parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my imperfection, and all this shall be written in your book. Days will be formed and no one shall be in them. But to me, O Skytis, your friends have been mediocrely honored. Their first ruler has been exceedingly strengthened. I will number them, and they will be more numerous than the sand. I rose up, and I am still with you. O Skytis, if only you would cut down sinners. You men of blood, depart from me. For you say in thought, they will accept your cities in vain. Have I not hated those who hated you, Lord, and wasted away because of your enemies? I have hated them with a perfect hatred, and they have become enemies to me. Examine me, O Skytis, and know my heart. Question me, and know my paths, and see if there might be in me the way of iniquity, and lead me in the way of eternity. It's not a sauna, it's a bus too. Oh, nice. Even better, actually. Psalm 139, Psalm 140. Unto the end, a psalm of David. Rescue me, O Lord, from the evil man. Rescue me from the iniquitous leader, those who have devised iniquities in their hearts. All day long they constructed conflicts. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. The venom of asps is under their lips. Preserve me, O Lord, from the hand of the sinner, and rescue me from the man of iniquity. They have decided to supplant my steps. The arrogant have hidden a snare for me, and they have stretched out cords for a snare. They have placed a stumbling block for me near the road. I said to the Lord, you are my Skytis, O Lord. Heed the voice of my supplication, Lord, O Lord. Oh, wait, it's a period. Heed the voice of my supplication. Lord, O Lord, the strength of my salvation. You have overshadowed my head in the day of war. Lord, O Lord, do not hand me over to the sinner by my desire. They have plotted against me. Do not abandon me, lest they should triumph. The head of those who encompass me, the labor of their lips will overwhelm them. Burning coals will fall upon them. You will cast them down into the fire, into miseries that they will not be able to withstand. A talkative man will not be guided aright upon the earth. Evils will drag the unjust man into utter ruin. I know that the Lord will accomplish justice for the needy and vindication for the poor. So then, truly, the just will confess your name, and the upright will dwell in your countenance, with your countenance. I think it's 11 more, and then we're done with this awful, awful book. I think it's 151. Psalm 140. Psalm 141. Psalm of David. O Lord, I have cried out to you. Hear me. Attend to my voice when I cry out to you. Let my prayer be guided like incense in your sight, the lifting up of my hands like the evening sacrifice. O Lord, station a guard over my mouth and a door enclosing my lips. Do not turn aside my heart to the words of malice, to making excuses for sins with men who work iniquity, and I will not communicate even with the best of them. The just one will correct me with mercy, and he will rebuke me, but do not allow the oil of the sinner to fatten my head. For my prayer will still be toward their goodwill. Their judges have been engulfed, joined to the rocks. They will hear my words which have prevailed, as when the lava of the earth has erupted above ground. Our bones have been scattered beside hell. For Lord, O Lord, my eyes look to you. In you I have hoped. Do not take away my soul. Protect me from the snare that they have set up for me, and from the scandals of those who work iniquity. The sinners will fall into his net. I am alone until I pass over. You missed two things, Teras. You missed a beholdening and also an incredible chapter. So we had a chapter that sort of gave a quick recap of the really amazing things Skytis did, aka striking down the firstborn of Egypt, and then guiding them through the desert and, past the Red Sea and slaughtering the strong kings. And then the exact next chapter is basically a copy-paste, but after every sentence, it just says, for his mercy is eternal. And I'm not making this up. I'm going to read the first 2 or 3 verses of this. It starts with Alleluia. Confess to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the Skytis of Skytis, for his mercy is eternal. Confess to the Lord of Lords, for his mercy is eternal. He alone performs mediocre miracles, for his mercy is eternal. He made the heavens with understanding, for his mercy is eternal. They literally just threw that at the end of every single sentence in the entire chapter there.
Brilliant.
I don't know what to say. That is just impressive. No, we just had the... Yeah, there we go. Psalm 141, Psalm 142. The understanding of David. A prayer when he was in the cave. With my voice I cried out to the Lord. With my voice I made supplication to the Lord. In his sight I pour out my prayer, and before him I declare my tribulation. Though my spirit may become faint within me, even then you have known my paths. Along this way which I have been walking, they have hidden a snare for me. I considered toward the right, and I looked, but there was no one who would know me. Flight has perished before me, and there's no one who has concern for my soul. I cried out to you, O Lord. I said, you are my hope, my portion in the land of the living. Attend to my supplication, for I have been humbled exceedingly. Free me from my persecutors, for they have been fortified against me. Lead my soul out of confinement in order to confess your name. The just are waiting for me until you repay me. All Ben Cat peasant, for his mercy is 0. Hey, want to hear something great, Teras?
Do I?
Do you?
I'm afraid.
That's not a valid answer. Do you want to hear something great or not?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. Fair enough. Psalm 142. Psalm 143. A psalm of David, when his son Absalom was pursuing him. O Lord, hear my prayer, incline your ear to my supplication in your truth. Heed me according to your justice, and do not enter into my judgment with your servant, for all the living will not be justified in your sight. For the enemy has pursued my soul. He has lowered my life to the earth. He has stationed me in darkness, like the dead of ages past. And my spirit has been in anguish over me. My heart within me has been disturbed. I have called to mind the days of antiquity. I have been meditating on all your works. I have meditated on the workings of your hands. I have extended my hands to you. My soul...
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood,
How dare
mighty
you.
pirate.
How dare you. My soul is like a land without water before you. O Lord, heed me quickly. My spirit has grown faint. Do not turn your face away from me, lest I become like those who descend into the pit. Make me hear your mercy in the morning, for I have hoped in you. Make known to me the way that I should walk, for I have lifted up my soul to you. O Lord, rescue me from my enemies. I have fled to you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my Skytis. Your good spirit will lead me into the righteous land. For the sake of your name, O Lord, you will revive me in your fairness. You will lead my soul out of tribulation, and you will scatter my enemies in your mercy, and you will destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. Please describe what you're eating.
It's a bread roll with a piece of bacon, cheese, a potato scone, and a square sausage. And a square sausage, for those unaware, is it's just some pork and beef jammed into a brick and then cut into slices that perfectly fit into bread rolls.
Sounds fun. Psalm 143, Psalm 144. A psalm of David versus Goliath. Blessed is the Lord, my Skytis, who trains my hands for the battle and my fingers for the war. My mercy and my refuge, my supporter and my deliverer, my protector and him in whom I have hoped. He subdues my people under me. O Lord, what is man that you have become known to him? Or the son of man that you consider him? Man has been made similar to vanity. His days pass by like a shadow. O Lord, incline your heavens and descend. Touch the mountains and they will smoke. Send a flash of lightning and you will scatter them. Shoot your arrows and you will set them in disarray. Send forth your hand from on high. Rescue me and free me from many waters, from the hand of the sons of foreigners. Their mouth has been speaking vain things. and their right hand is the right hand of iniquity. To you, O Skytis, I will sing a new song. On the psaltery with an instrument of 10 strings, I will sing psalms to you. He gives salvation to kings. He has redeemed your servant David from the malignant sword. Rescue me and deliver me from the hand of the sons of foreigners. Their mouth has been speaking vain things, and their right hand is the right hand of iniquity. Their sons are like new plantings in their youth. Their daughters are dressed up, adorned all around like the idols of a temple. Their cupboards are full, overflowing from one thing into another. Their sheep bear young, brought forth in abundance. Their cattle are fat. There is no ruined wall or passage, nor anyone crying out in their streets. They have called the people that has these things blessed. But blessed is the people whose guidance is the Lord. Psalm 144. Psalm 145. The praise of David himself. I will extol to you, O Skytis, my king, and I will bless your name in this time and forever and ever. Throughout every single day I will bless you, and I will praise your name in this time and forever and ever. The Lord is mediocre and exceedingly praiseworthy, and there is no end to his mediocreness. Generation after generation will praise your works, and they will declare your power. They will tell of the magnificent glory of your sanctity, and they will discourse of your wonders, and they will talk about the virtue of your terrible acts, and they will describe your mediocreness. They will shout about the memory of your abundant sweetness, and they will exult in your justice. The Lord is compassionate and merciful, patient and full of mercy. Ah, yes, he's merciful and full of mercy. That's.
I mean, you have to specify.
Yeah. Now we know. The Lord is sweet. The Lord is sweet to all things, and his compassion is upon all his works. O Lord, may all your works confess to you, and let your holy ones bless you. They will speak of the glory of your kingdom, and they will declare your power, so as to make known to the sons of men your power and the glory of your magnificent kingdom. Your kingdom is a kingdom for all ages, and your dominion is with all, from generation to generation. The Lord is faithful in all his words, and holy in all his works. The Lord lifts up all who have fallen down, and he sets upright all who have been thrown down. O Lord, all eyes hope in you, and you provide their food in due time. You open your hand, and you fill every kind of animal with a blessing. The Lord is just in all his ways, and holy in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, in truth. He will do the will of those who fear him, and he will heed their supplication and accomplish their salvation. The Lord watches over all who love him, and he will destroy all sinners. My mouth will speak the praise of the Lord, and may all flesh bless his holy name in this time and forever and ever. Psalm 145, Psalm 146. Alleluia of Haggai and Zechariah. Praise the Lord, O my soul. I will praise the Lord with my life. I will sing psalms to my skies as long as I shall be. Do not trust in the leaders, in the sons of men in whom there is no salvation. His spirit will depart, and he will return to his earth. In that day all their thoughts will perish. Blessed is he whose help is the Skytis of Jacob. His hope is in the Lord of Skytis himself, who made heaven and earth, the sea, and all the things that are in them. He preserves the truth forever. He executes judgment for those who suffer injury. He provides food for the hungry. The Lord releases those who are bound. The Lord enlightens the blind. The Lord sets upright those who have been thrown down. The Lord loves the just. The Lord watches over new arrivals. He will support the orphan and the widow. He will destroy the ways of sinners. The Lord shall reign forever. Your Skytis, O Zion, from generation to generation. Psalm 146. Psalm 147a. Alleluia. Praise the Lord, because the psalm is good. Oh, I'm sure this psalm is going to be good.
That's just factually incorrect.
Correct. Delightful and beautiful praise shall be for our Skytis. The Lord builds up Jerusalem. He will gather together the dispersed of Glasgow. He heals the contrite of heart, and he binds up their sorrows. He numbers the multitude of the stars, and he calls them all by their names. Mediocre is our Lord, and mediocre is his virtue. And of his wisdom there is no number. The Lord lifts up the meek, and he brings down the sinner even to the ground. Sing before the Lord with confession. Play psalms to our Skytis on a stringed instrument. He covers heaven with clouds, and he prepares rain for the earth. He produces grass on the mountains and herbs for the service of men. He gives their food to the Bistonians of burden and to young ravens that call upon him. He will not have good will for the strength of the horse, nor will he be well pleased with the legs of a man. The Lord is well pleased with those who fear him and with those who hope in his mercy. Wasn't that a good psalm, Teras?
No.
Well, how about this one? Psalm 147. Psalm 147b. Alleluia! Praise the Lord, O Jerusalem. Praise your skies, O Zion, for he has reinforced the bars of your gates. He has blessed your sons within you. He has stationed peace at your borders, and he has satisfied you with the fat of the grain. He sends forth his eloquence to the earth. His word runs swiftly. He provides snow like wool. He strews clouds like ashes. He sends his ice crystals like morsels. Who can stand firm before the face of his cold? He will send forth his word, and it will melt them. His spirit will breathe out, and the waters will flow. He announces his word to Jacob, his justices and his judgments to Glasgow. He has not done so much for every nation, and he has not made his judgments manifest to them. Alleluia. Psalm 148. Alleluia. Praise the Lord from the heavens. Praise him on the heights. Praise him in all his angles. Praise him, all his hosts. Praise him, sun and moon. Praise him, all stars and light. Praise him, heavens of the heavens. And let all the waters that are above the heavens praise the name of the Lord. For he spoke, and they became. He commanded, and they were created. He stationed them in eternity, and for age after age. He established a precept, and it will not pass away. Praise the Lord from the earth, you dragons and all deep places. Dragons confirmed. Fire, hail, snow, ice, windstorms, which do his word. Mountains and all hills, fruitful trees and all cedars, wild Bistonians and all cattle, serpents and feathered flying things. Kings of the earth and all peoples, leaders and all judges of the earth, young men and virgins, let the older men with the younger men praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is exalted. Confession of him is beyond heaven and earth. And he has exalted the horn of his people, a hymn to all his holy ones, to the sons of Glasgow, to a people close to him. Alleluia. What is...
Yes.
Why is this like this? Why is there not a line break? Psalm 149. Alleluia! Sing to the Lord a new song. His praise is in the church of the saints. Let Glasgow rejoice in him who made them, and let the sons of Zion exalt in their king. Let them praise his name in chorus, and let them sing psalms to him with the timbrel and the psaltery. For the Lord is well pleased with his people, and he will exalt the meek unto salvation. The saints will exalt in glory, they will rejoice upon their couches. The exaltations of scythes will be in their throat, and two-edged swords will be in their hands, to obtain vindication among the nations, chastisement among the peoples, to bind their kings with shackles, and their nobles with manacles of iron, to obtain judgment over them, as it has been written. This is glory for all his saints. Alleluia. Psalm 150. Alleluia. Praise the Lord in his holy places. Praise him in the firmament of his power. Praise him for his virtues. Praise him according to the multitude of his mediocreness. Praise him with the sound of the trumpet. Praise him with psaltery and stringed instrument. Praise him with timbrel and choir. Praise him with strings and organ. Praise him with sweet sounding cymbals. Praise him with cymbals of jubilation. Let every spirit praise the Lord. Alleluia. Teras.
Yes.
The end.
Yes.
Well, why are you giving it a 2?
It was bad.
I'm thinking more like a 1. That's why I'm asking.
Now, Deuteronomy was a 1. And this wasn't as bad as Deuteronomy. I just dropped my phone.
I
Or at
actually,
least, I mean, it was long, mind you, but it wasn't as unenjoyable as Deuteronomy.
at least Deuteronomy had a plot, whereas this was just random phrases, which
But there's a separate plot section for that. So wait till we get there.
Yeah,
Guys.
I know.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I know, but I'm saying the fact that there was a plot made this more enjoyable. I'm not rating the plot, I'm just rating the existence of a plot. Characters. Yeah, we had David, and then we had David, and then we had David, and then we had more praises of David, and I mean, there was effectively no characters. There was a few people that were mentioned, like praise of this, or this is a song or psalm of this person, but
yeah, but I mean,
they had no
those
depth, and just technically there were characters, but I agree with the 0. Writing. This one is a little tough because they're psalms. They're supposed to be like praiseful hymns or whatever. So, like, considering that, it's not as bad. So I'm thinking like a 4, maybe. I mean, some repetition is fine. Like there was the one with for eternity, but everything else.
I mean, there are songs. So.
Yeah. It could have been written better, but yeah. Plot.
What plot?
There was technically plot. They recapped, so
a recap is not plot.
What is it then?
When you start a TV show and you get a recap from the previous episode,
you get a recap of
most streaming services give you an option to skip the recap.
Okay, yes,
because it's not at all required.
Okay,
to know
but what does the recap recap?
It recaps the plot, but it in and of itself isn't plot.
It is plot summarized. It is previous plot, which is not particularly good, but yeah, which is why I'm gonna give it a 2, I guess. Comedy.
I don't remember laughing.
I mean, the one chapter where everything was unto eternity was kind of funny in a bad way, but
I'll give it a 1 then.
I mean, we can check. Hold on. I'll scroll over the entire thing. Okay, there's something highlighted. None! Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my paths. That was mildly funny.
Alright, I'll give it a 2 then.
Daleth, my soul has adhered to the pavement. Revive me according to your word. Yeah, I'm stuck to the pavement.
I'll give it a 3 then.
Cup of salvation. Yeah, that's not comedy itself. The rivers will clap their hands. Mountains will exult together. Midday demon. Meh. It's not really comedy itself. Our sky is the sky who will bring about our salvation, and our Lord is the Lord who has brought an end to death with 1 F. So then truly Skydus will... Oh yeah, the Skydus will end death. And then Skydus will kill all the enemies. That was funny.
I'll give it a 4.
The mountain of Skydus is a fat mountain, a dense mountain, a thick mountain. So then, why are you distrustful of dense mountains? That is a fucking banger right there.
I'll give it a 6 then.
We'll get up there. Moab is the cooking pot of my hope. Into I dumb EA. It's in the Bible. I will extend my shoe. To me, the foreigners have been made subject.
Yeah.
Let them bear their confusion all at once, who say to me, well, well. That is also a good one, yeah. So
yeah, alright, just I guess we'll put them in.
Okay. And that's the okay. So, considering how long it was, though, I mean, it's your rating, but I feel like a 7 is too high. Like, it was very long, and there was not much comedy. So I'm thinking like 5, maybe.
I don't know. Adhering to the pavement is that's quite.
There were some very good ones. That is true.
The quality of comedy was pretty good. The few times there was any.
Yeah. Hello, Zytec. Rating 1 out of 11. Yeah. Kinky, yeah. Like I genuinely can't remember any kink, so that's an oof and a half. Let's scroll down and
Well, it's either going to get significantly worse from here, judging with the previous books, or we might get a slight improvement before it goes down. But I'm starting to see a pattern.
well, I guess we'll find out. I just realized something. This is not good. The next one is called the Book of Proverbs, so this is probably just going to be no plot again, so just stupid garbage.
Nice.
This is going to be awful. I'd be quiet now, lurking. I'm doing something. Editing. All right. Fair enough. Well, the Book of Proverbs. Proverbs 1. The parables of Solomon, son of David, king of Glasgow, in order to know wisdom and discipline, to understand words of prudence, and to accept the instruction of doctrine, justice and judgment and equity, so as to give discernment to little ones, knowledge and understanding to adolescents. What the fuck is that sentence? That's literally one sentence. By listening, the wise shall become wiser, and the intelligent shall possess governments. He shall turn his soul to a parable, and to its interpretation to the words of the wise and their enigmas. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The foolish despise wisdom as well as doctrine. Listen, my son, to the discipline of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother, so that grace may be added to your head and a collar to your neck. My son, if sinners should entice you, do not consent to them. And if they should say, "Come with us, we will lie in wait for blood. We will lay traps against the innocent without cause. Let us swallow him alive, like hell, and whole, like one descending into the pit. We will discover every precious substance. We will fill our houses with spoils. Cast your lowercase lot with us. One purse will be for us all. My son, do not walk with them. Preclude your feet from their paths, for their feet rush to evil, and they hurry to shed blood. But a net is thrown in vain before the eyes of those who have wings. Likewise, they lie in ambush against their own blood, and they undertake deceits against their own souls. Thus, the ways of all those who are greedy seize the souls of those who possess. Wisdom forewarns far and wide. She bestows her voice in the streets. She cries out at the head of crowds, at the entrance of the gates of the city. Holy fuck. She offers her words, saying, "Little ones, how long will you choose to be childish, and how long will the foolish desire what is harmful to themselves? And how long will the imprudent hate knowledge? Be converted by my correction. Lo, I will offer my spirit to you, and I will reveal my words to you. For I called, and you refused. I extended my hand, and there was no one who watched. You have despised all my counsels, and you have neglected my rebukes. Similarly, I will ridicule you at your demise, and I will mock you. When that which you feared shall overcome you, when suddenly calamity rushes upon you, and your demise advances like a tempest, when tribulation and anguish overcome you, then they will call to me, and I will not heed. They will arise in the morning and not find me, for they held hatred for discipline, and they would not accept the fear of the Lord. They would not consent to my counsel, but they detracted from all of my corrections. Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their way, and they shall have their fill of their own counsels. The loathing of the little ones shall destroy them, and the prosperity of the foolish shall perish them. But whoever will listen to me shall rest without terror, and shall have full enjoyment of abundance without fear of evils. What a weird book so far already. And that was just Proverbs 1.
At least it was funny.
Funny? I was funny once.
No, you never were.
Never? I was never. I never ever. Changed my mind, I am back inside. Why not be front inside?
I've added a thing.
On the whole thing.
To the ratings sheet. And I kind of factored from that the book has been in steady decline.
I enjoy. Oops.
Now I'm gonna make a graph.
Is the Bible getting worse? Or are we just getting more worn down?
Yes.
No, it's the Bible that's out of touch. I'm actually just wondering if we're just getting less accepting of the Bible's bullshit, or if it's actually getting worse.
No, it's actively getting worse. Just think back to how much more interesting it was when there was like an actual plot and progression.
What's a plot?
Like, yeah, I mean, like God happening things and
I don't remember there being a plot. I just remember pain and suffering.
and all the floods and all the named characters that then, like you'd remember, for example, when you had a character, you'd know who he was because he was referenced as like a child, and there was a sense of onward progression. And at a certain point, they just started tossing random names that were never mentioned.
There is progression. Look at the bottom of the page. It says 355. And in a few minutes, this will say 356. There's definitely progression.
Maya, your optimism.
Hi, Bastu. The Lord had writer's block. What's a plot? And he forgets what a plot is. Joke. Proverbs 2. My son, if you would accept my words and conceal my commandments within you, so that your ears may listen to wisdom, then bend your heart in order to know prudence. For if you would call upon wisdom and bend your heart for prudence, if you will seek her like money and dig for her as if for treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord, and you will discover the knowledge of Skytus. For the Lord bestows wisdom, and out of his mouth prudence and knowledge. He will preserve the salvation of the righteous, and he will protect those who walk in simplicity, serving the paths of justice and guarding the ways of sanctity. Then you shall understand justice and judgment, and equity, and every good path. If wisdom is to enter into your heart, and if knowledge is to become pleasing to your soul, then counsel must guard you, and prudence must serve you, so that you may be rescued from the evil way and from the man who speaks perversities. From those who the man who speaks perversities, from those who leave the straight path to walk in dark ways, who rejoice when they have done evil, and who exult in the most wicked things. Their ways are perverse, and their steps are infamous. So may you be rescued from the foreign woman, and from the outsider who softens her speech, and who leaves behind the guide of her youth, and who has forgotten the covenant of her Skytus. For her household inclines towards death with one F, and her paths towards hell. There's so many mentions of hell now, by the way. Like, when was the first time hell was mentioned? That was pretty far into the Bible, and there was only like a few mentions, and now it's within the session we had 4 mentions of hell already, I think. All those who enter to her will not return again, nor will they take hold of the paths of life. So may you walk in the good way and keep to the difficult path of the just. For those who are upright shall live upon the earth, and the simple shall continue upon it. Yet truly the impious shall perish from the earth, and those who act unjustly shall be taken away from it. Dig for her. Cash for gold. You know what?
Well, lick your gold.
How about you lick me until I become golden?
Ooh.
Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart guard my precepts. For they shall set before you length of days and years of life and peace. Let not mercy and truth abandon you, and circle them around your throat, and inscribe them on the tablets of your heart. And so shall you discover grace and good discipline in the sight of Skytus and men. Have confidence in the Lord with all your heart, and do not depend upon your own prudence. In all your ways consider him, and he himself will direct your steps. Do not seem wise to yourself. Fear Skytus and withdraw from evil. Certainly, it shall be health to your navel and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord with Honor the Lord with your substance, and give to him from the first of all your fruits. And then your storehouses will be filled with abundance, and your presses shall overflow with wine. My son, I just realized something.
You did?
Yes. So, this was not the first mention, but it says basically give your first fruits to the Lord, and then he will repay you by just having abundance of food and wine and everything. That's mentioned quite a few times in the Bible, right?
Sure. Oh.
I don't know the correct term for it, but that's like the original of the scams where it's like send me $1 and I will send you 100 back. The scams where YouTube channels get hacked and then it's just a video of Elon Musk saying, send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 10 back.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's literally one of those scams. Is there a term for those? Surely there is, but I can't think of it.
Oh, yeah, of course there is.
My son, do not discard the discipline of the Lord, and do not fall away when you are corrected by him. For whomever the Lord loves, he corrects, and just as a father does with his son, he wins him over. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom and who advances to prudence. Her acquisition is better than trading in silver, and her fruit is better than the first and purest gold. She is more precious than all riches, and all that can be desired cannot prevail in comparison to her. Length of days is at her right hand, and at her left hand is wealth and glory. Her ways are beautiful ways, and all her paths are peaceful. She is a tree of life to those who overtake her, and he who shall take hold of her is blessed. The Lord founded the earth on wisdom. He secured the heavens with prudence. By his wisdom the abyss erupted, and the clouds increased with dew. My son, let not these things move away from your eyes. Preserve law as well as counsel, and so shall there be life in your soul and grace in your voice. Then you shall walk confidently in your way, and your feet will not stumble. When you slumber, you shall not fear. When you rest, your sleep will also be sweet. Do not fear unexpected terror, nor the power of the impious falling upon you. For the Lord will be at your side, and he will guard your feet, so that you may not be seized. Do not prevent him who is able from doing good. When you are able, do good yourself too. Do not say to your friend, go away, and then return. Tomorrow I will give to you. When you are able to do so, give in the present. Do not undertake evil against your friend, even though he has trust in you. Do not contend against a man without cause, even though he has done no evil to you. Do not rival an unjust man, and do not imitate his ways. For everyone who ridicules is an abomination to the Lord, and his communication is for the simple. Destitution in the house of the impious is from the Lord. But the habitations of the just shall be blessed. He will ridicule those who ridicule, but he will bestow grace upon the mild. The wise will possess glory. The exaltation of the foolish is disgraceful. So this is just like a father telling his son, this is how he should behave. Or shouldn't behave.
Seems legit.
Proverbs 4. Listen, sons, to the discipline of a father, and pay attention so that you may know prudence. I will bestow upon you a good gift. Do not relinquish my law, for I too was the son of my father, tender and an only son in the sight of my mother. And he taught me, and he also said, let your heart accept my words. Keep my precepts, and you shall live. Obtain wisdom, obtain prudence. May you neither forget nor turn away the words of my mouth. Do not send her away, and she will guard you. Love her, and she will persevere. And she will preserve you. The beginning of wisdom is to obtain wisdom, and with all that you possess to acquire prudence. Grasp her, and she will exalt you. You will be glorified by her when you have embraced her. She will bestow upon your head an increase in graces, and she will protect you with a noble crown. Listen, my son, and accept my words, so that years of life may be multiplied for you. I will demonstrate to you the way of wisdom. I will lead you along the paths of equity. When you have entered by these, your steps will not be constrained, and when running, you will have no obstacle. Take hold of discipline. Do not dismiss it. Guard it, for it is your life. Do not delight in the path of the impious, nor permit the way of evildoers to please you. Take flight from it. Do not pass close to it. Turn away and abandon it. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, for they do not sleep, unless they have done evil, and their sleep is quickly taken away from them unless they have overthrown. They eat the bread of impiety, and they drink the wine of iniquity, but the path of the just is like a shining light. It advances and increases even to the day of completion. Hey, I'm sure me will enjoy this. Light radius go burr. The way of the impious is darkened. They do not know where they may fall. My son, pay attention to my sermons and incline your ear to my eloquent words. Let them not recede from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them and health to all that is flesh. Preserve your heart with all watchfulness, for life proceeds from this. Remove from yourself a corrupt mouth, and let detracting lips be far from you. Let your eyes look straight ahead, and let your eyelids precede your steps. Direct the path of your feet, and all your ways shall be secure. Turn aside, neither to the right nor to the left. Yet turn your foot away from evil, for the Lord knows the ways that you are on. For the Lord knows the ways that are on the right, and truly those that are on the left are perverse. But he himself will make your courses straight. Then your journey will advance in peace. Proverbs 5. My son, pay attention to my wisdom and incline your ear to my prudence, so that you may guard your thinking, and so that your lips may preserve discipline. Do not pay attention to the deceit of a woman, for the lips of a loose woman are like a dripping honeycomb, and her voice is smoother than oil. But in the end, I was oily once. But in the end, she is as bitter as wormwood and as sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet descend into death with one F, and her steps reach even into hell. They do not walk along the path of life. Her steps are wandering and untraceable. Therefore, my son, listen to me now, and do not withdraw from the words of my mouth. Make your way at a distance from her, and do not approach the doors of her house. Do not give your honor to foreigners, and your years to the cruel. What? So all women are bad, is what I'm getting from this. Like, don't give them attention, avoid their houses. Just
legit.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna finish reading this chapter and then recheck. But this is interesting. Otherwise, outsiders may be filled with your strength, and your labors may be in a foreign house, and you may mourn in the end, when you will have consumed your flesh and your body. And so you may say, why have I detested discipline, and why has my heart not been quieted by correction? And why have I not listened to the voice of those who guided me? And why has my ear not inclined to my teachers? I have almost been with all evil in the midst of the church. I have almost been with all evil in the midst of the church and of the assembly. Drink water from your own cistern and from the springs of your own well. Let your fountains be diverted far and wide, and divide your waters in the streets. Hold them for yourself alone, and do not let strangers be partakers with you. Let your spring be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth, a beloved doe and most pleasing fawn. Let her breastonians inebriate you at all times. Be delighted continually by her love. Why are you seduced, my son, by a strange woman, and why are you kept warm by the bosom of another? The Lord beholds the way of man, and he considers all his steps. His own iniquities take hold of the impious, and he is bound by the cords of his own sins. He shall die, for he has not held to discipline. And by the multitude of his foolishness, he shall be deceived. Okay, let me check. So this starts with pay attention to me, blah, blah. Do not pay attention to the deceit of a woman. For the lips of a loose woman are like dripping honeycomb. Okay, what's a loose woman?
She's not tied.
Is it like, are we talking about a loose vagina? Like
she could just walk about on her own. She's not like, strapped down, whether that's physically or by marriage.
No, I prefer I prefer my interpretation.
I don't like your interpretation. It's also just factually incorrect.
No, it totally makes sense with their thinking back then. I mean, we know better nowadays, but she's whoring around, so she had a lot of things going in and out down there, so she's loose.
Your mum's loose.
No, that's just factually incorrect, as you just confirmed yourself moments ago.
Not with that attitude.
Maybe Rob's mom is loose. He checked recently, right?
No.
Teras does not remember.
Do you remember?
I just got chips, and my chips have more air than usual. Not 70% is air, like 90% now.
Well, that's not relevant. Is the weight on the bag the same as it used to be?
I mean, maybe they just made the bag bigger, so it seems like more. What they usually do. That's why there's so much air in there in the first place, so it just seems like more. But I guess maybe it's just a fabrication error.
You're a fabrication.
Error.
You're an error.
The small bag. You're a small bag.
Mum's
Proverbs.
a small bag.
Be careful or I'll give your mom my small bag.
Ooh.
Proverbs 6. My son, if you have taken a pledge on behalf of your friend, then you have bound your hand to an outsider. Then you are ensnared by the words of your own mouth and taken captive by your own words. But it's a friend. What? Didn't he just say we should treat, like a few chapters ago, we should treat friends with respect and give them stuff and all of that? And now it's like, don't give them a pledge because they're outsiders? Excuse me?
Friend de la creme.
Like being a small bag.
You're a small bag.
I beg to differ. Therefore, my son, do what I say and free yourself, for you have fallen into the hand of your neighbor. Run, hurry, awaken your friend. Do not grant sleep to your eyes, nor let your eyelids slumber. Okay, what the fuck?
So the same thing.
So, if you have taken a pledge on behalf of your friend, you have bound yourself to an outsider, and then you should wake up your friend on whose behalf you've taken a pledge, who brought you in this situation in the first place.
You're a big
Logic. I am one half of a B movie script. Got him. Harris, look at the stream right now. Look at your camera on stream. No, it turned. Fuck. Move your head more to the right. Your left. The light switch in the top right with the dark corner. It actually looked like an overlay there. No, you're too far now.
Oh, God,
it kind of looked like a small icon in the top right.
You look like a small icon in the top
like
right.
no. It's a little. The camera's a little too low, but it was very funny and fitting before. Unfortunately,
I think you're just
no. Here's what you do. You just print out a PowerPoint icon and stick it on the wall, and then
that's so much more effort.
You printed out Toa's face to put it on the wall.
My printer is further away now.
Your printer's right behind you. I can see it.
That's a 3D printer.
Yeah, well, print a 3-dimensional PowerPoint logo.
And it's busy.
Rescue yourself like a gazelle from the hand, like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the end, you lazy one, and consider her ways, and so learn wisdom. For though she has no ruler, nor instructor, nor leader, she provides meals for herself in the summer, and she gathers at the harvest what she may eat. How long will you slumber, you lazy one? When will you rise up from your sleep? Hey, Teras, this one is addressing you.
Wow.
You will sleep a little, you will slumber a little, you will fold your hands and a little to sleep, and then destitution will meet you like a traveler, and poverty like an armed man. Yet truly, if you would be diligent, and then your harvest will arrive like a fountain, and destitution will flee far from you. An apostate man, a harmful man, walks with a perverse mouth. He winks with the eyes, touches with the foot, speaks with the finger. With a depraved heart,
What the fuck?
with a depraved heart, he devises evil, and at all times he sows conflict. To this one, his perdition will arrive promptly, and he shall be crushed suddenly. He will no longer have any remedy. 6 things there are that the Lord hates, and the 7th his soul detests: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed blood, a heart that devises the most wicked thoughts, feet running swiftly unto evil, a deceitful witness bringing forth lies, and he who sows discord among sus brothers. Discord? I had a Discord once. Public Discord. Public Discord, which can be accessed by typing !Discord in chat.
Sure.
My son, preserve the precepts of your father and do not dismiss the law of your mother. Bind them to your heart unceasingly and encircle them around your throat. When you walk, let them keep step with you. When you sleep, let them guard you. And when you keep watch, speak with them. For commandment is a lamp, and law is a light, and the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. So may they guard you from an evil woman and from the flattering tongue of the outsider. From the flattering tongue of the outsider. Let not your heart desire her beauty. Do not be captivated by her wings. For the price of a prostitute is only 1 loaf. Oh, damn.
That's pretty cheap.
I was just about to say that. I mean, that's...
Very, very affordable.
You drive a hard bargain. Yet the woman seizes the precious soul of a man. So a prostitute is a succubus.
Seems legit.
Dude, imagine if you just advertise prostitutes and then you just for only 10 payments of $9.99 you can get yourself a prostitute. She will seize your soul, but you'll feel better about yourself momentarily.
Not bad.
Terms and conditions. No, wait. What is it? Exceptions may apply. I don't know. I don't watch enough commercials. Succubus, dude. Okay, now I food. You should.
Do not food. $20 fine.
Teras should also food. He's not constantly fooding. How dare?
Pretzel.
All right. Would a man be able to conceal fire in his bosom so that his garments would not burn? Okay, now.
Good one.
What is that talking about? Is it talking like horniness or like a rash? Or a literal fire? I mean, maybe his pubes were on fire? Because he fucked so goddamn hard and quick that they just ignite. Or could he walk over burning coals so that his feet would not be burned? So also, he who enters to the wife of his neighbor shall not be clean when he touches her. Okay, just enter to her without touching. So as long as you keep your clothes
on, no hands.
Yeah, if you keep your clothes on and such to avoid contact and put on a condom and everything, then actually...
I mean, yeah, technically not touching. Good one.
That's actually interesting. Not so mediocre is the fault when someone has stolen. For he steals so as to satisfy a hungry soul. Also, if he is apprehended, he shall repay sevenfold and hand over all the substance of his house. But whoever is an adulterer, because of the emptiness of his heart, will destroy his own soul. Okay, so stealing is fine because, well, if you steal, you clearly need it. But if you're just hovering around, the emptiness of your heart will destroy your soul. You're just done for, buddy. He gathers shame and dishonor to himself, and his disgrace will not be wiped away. For the jealousy and fury of the husband will not spare him on the day of vindication, nor will he agree to the pleadings of anyone, nor will he accept as repayment a multitude of gifts. Wear gloves and everything, then you won't be touching. Exactly, that's what I meant with clothes. Just as long as there's no touching the skin of the other person or hair or whatever else, you're fine. Which is a little inconvenient, but it's not that difficult to do, really. I mean, just put a bag over her head, let her keep her clothes on, and then, well, I guess you'll have to figure out something for your private part. I mean, I guess if you just use the zipper, there's not really much else sticking out, so then you're fine. Yeah, no, that's easy. Yeah.
It seems like you're putting way too much thought into that.
I think you meant too much thought.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Proverbs 7. My son, guard my words and conceal my precepts within you. So, preserve my commandments and you shall live, and keep my law as the pupil of your eye. Bind it with your fingers, write it on the tablets of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call prudence your friend. So may she guard you from the woman who is an outsider, and from the stranger who sweetens her words. For I gaze from the window of my house through the lattice, and I see little ones. I consider a frenzied youth who crosses the street at the corner and close to the way of that house. He steps into shadows as day becomes evening, into the darkness and gloom of the night. And behold, a woman meets him. Dressed like a harlot, prepared to captivate souls, chattering and rambling, unwilling to bear silence, unable to keep her feet at home. Now outside, now in the streets, now lying in ambush near the corners. Hey, what is this? See, the father's telling you, the son, don't go out late at night. There will be women who try to seduce you. You know, when I was young, my parents told me to not go outside because there might be some strange people, but they definitely didn't tell me about promiscuous harlot woman trying to seduce me.
Well, if only you knew.
Times have changed.
Halves have changed.
Teras. When you say prudence, I understand Putin's.
Putin, don't.
Should we?
What?
Should we?
Implying I've been listening to what you're talking about.
I mean, you could literally just read the last chat message.
And
overtaking the youth,
I don't understand.
Wow. And overtaking the youth, she kisses him, and with a provocative face, she flatters him, saying, I vowed sacrifices for well-being. Today I have repaid my vows. Because of this, I have gone out to meet you, desiring to see you, and I have found you. I have woven my bed with cords. I have strewn it with embroidered tapestries from Egypt. I have sprinkled my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. Come, let us be inebriated in abundance, and let us delight in the embraces of desire until the day begins to dawn. For my husband is not in his house. He has gone away on a very long journey. He took with him a bag of money. Now you're supposed to put that bag over your head. He will return to his house on the day of the full moon. She enmeshed him. She enmeshed him with many words, and she drew him forward with the flattery of her lips. Immediately he follows her, like a cock being led to the sacrifice, and like a lamb acting less lasciviously, surely.
Yeah, that's the one.
And like a lamb acting lasciviously, and not knowing that he is being drawn foolishly into chains until the arrow pierces his liver. It is just as if a bird were to hurry into a snare, and he does not know that his action endangers his own soul. Therefore, my son, hear me now and attend to the words of my mouth. Do not let your mind be pulled into her ways, and do not be deceived by her paths. For she has tossed aside many wounded, and some of those who were very strong have been slain by her.
Wounded.
Slain? Excuse me? What? Her household is the way to hell, reaching even to the inner places of death with one F.
Singular.
She just lives on the street. Well, not any street, on a specific street. More like a highway. AC/DC made a song about it.
I wouldn't know.
Well, because you didn't pay attention, so you wouldn't get it, but you're not the one that's supposed to get it. This is for anyone else listening and paying attention, obviously.
No.
And anyone listening and paying attention and not getting it, maybe you should think about it a little more.
No.
Proverbs 8. Does not wisdom call out and prudence bestow her voice? At the summits and the tops of exalted places, standing above the ways in the midst of the paths, besides the gates of the city and the very doors, she speaks, saying, O men, to you I call out, and my voice is to the sons of men. O little ones, I understand discernment. And you who are unwise, turn your souls. Listen, for I will speak about mediocre things, and my lips will be opened. Which lips? So as to foretell what is right. Is there?
Opened over.
Why is there?
Good question. Why is there? I think if you can know.
Oh, go away. My throat shall practice truth. Oh yeah, your throat isn't just gonna practice truth. It's gonna practice some other things, all right? And my lips shall detest the impious. All my words are just. There's no depravity in them and no perversity. Oh yeah, sure. They are right to those who understand and equitable to those who discover knowledge. Accept my discipline and not money. Choose the doctrine that is mediocrer than gold. For wisdom is better than all that is most precious, and everything that is desirable cannot compare to her. I, wisdom, dwell in counsel, and I am inside learned thoughts. More like learned thoughts. Got him. The fear of the Lord hates evil. I detest arrogance and pride and every wicked way and a mouth with a double tongue. Counsel is mine and equity. Prudence is mine. Strength is mine. A little selfish. Share. Through me, kings reign and legislators decree just conditions. Through me, princes rule and the powerful decree justice. I love those who love me, and those who stand before me until morning shall discover me. With me are wealth and glory, superb riches and justice. For my fruit is better than gold and precious stones, and my progeny better than choice silver. I will walk in the way of justice, in the midst of the paths of judgment, so that I may enrich those who love me, and thus complete their treasures. The Lord possessed me in the The Lord possessed me in the beginning. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of His ways, before He made anything. From the from the beginning. I was ordained from eternity and out of antiquity before the earth was formed. The abyss did not yet exist, and I was already conceived. Neither had the fountains of waters yet erupted. The mountains, with their mediocre mass, had not yet been established. Before the hills, I was brought forth. Still, He had not made the earth, and the rivers, and the poles of the globe of the earth.
Bob.
Same. I was already present when He prepared the heavens, with a certain law and circuit, He fortified the abyss, when He made the firm sky above, and set free the mountains of waters, when He encompassed the sea within its limits, and laid down a law for the waters, lest they transgress their limits, when He weighed the foundations of the earth. I was with Him in composing all things, and I was delighted throughout every day by playing in His sight at all times, playing in globe of the earth. Playing in globe of the earth.
Chalupi.
And my delight was to be with the sons of men. Therefore, sons, hear me now. Blessed are those who preserve my ways. Listen to discipline and become wise, and do not be willing to cast it aside. Blessed is the man who listens to me, and who stands watch at my gates every day, and who observes at the posts of my doors. He who finds me finds life, and he will draw salvation from the Lord. But he who sins against me will wound his own soul. All who hate me love death with one F.
Just the one.
Oh my god, I don't think I can do this anymore.
More of that attitude.
I don't get paid to think on the weekends. Well, find somebody to pay you. Welcome. Why? Because she speaks.
She speaks.
We increased the production value, so now we have different voices for different speech parts, because why not? My wife never speaks like that. Well, is your wife Justice? Oh, sorry, Wisdom.
Or Skies is having a mental breakdown.
Is your wife Wisdom? This is literally Wisdom speaking. So if your wife does not speak like that, yeah, your wife isn't Wisdom. Not a surprise. Just realized something. You know what? I'm gonna fix that for next time. That's fine. But I gotta take a note. I gotta charge. Setting myself up for some pun here. No. That's not how that works. Proverbs 9. Wisdom has built a house for herself. She has hewn 7 columns. She has elevated her victims. She has mixed her wine and set forth her table. She has sent her maids to call out to the tower and to the fortified walls of the city. If anyone is little, let him come to me. And to the unwise she said, approach, eat my bread, and drink the wine that I have mixed for you. Leave behind childishness, and live and walk by the ways of prudence. Whoever teaches a mocker causes injury to himself, and whoever argues with the impious produces a blemish on himself. Do not be willing to argue with the mocker, lest he hate you. Dispute the wise, and he will love you. Present an opportunity to the wise, and wisdom shall be added to him. Teach the just, and he will hurry to receive it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of holiness is prudence. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. If you would be wise, you will be so for yourself. But if you would be one who ridicules, you alone shall carry the evil. A foolish and loud woman, who is full of enticements and who knows nothing at all, sat at the entrance of her house on a seat in a high place of the city, so as to call those who were passing by the way and continuing on their journey, whoever is little, let him turn aside to me. And to the frenzied she said, stolen waters are more soothing, and secret bread is more pleasant. And he did not know that giants are there, and that her companions are in the depths of hell.
Giants?
What in the fuck did I just read? So there's a foolish loud woman sitting at the entrance of her house on a seat. And she's saying these things to people passing by. And the people passing by did not know that there's giants in the house. And that the companions of the woman are in the depth of hell. What the fuck?
Yeah, same.
I agree, Teras. Zytek, when are you joining us for a Bible reading? Proverbs 10. A wise son gladdens the father, yet truly a foolish son is the grief of his mother. Treasures of impiety will profit nothing. Truly, justice shall liberate from death with one F. The Lord will not afflict with famine the soul of the just, and he will overthrow the treacheries of the impious. The neglectful hand has wrought destitution, but the hand of the steadfast prepares riches. He who advances by lies, this one feeds on the wind, for he is the same as one who runs after flying birds. He who gathers harvest is a wise son, but he who snores in warm weather is a son of confusion. The blessing of the Lord is on the head of the just, but iniquity covers the mouth of the impious. The remembrance of the just is with praises, and the name of the impious shall decay. The wise of heart accept precepts. The foolish are cut down by the lips. He who walks in simplicity walks in confidence, but he who corrupts his ways shall be discovered. He who winks with the eye gives sorrow, and the foolish in lips shall be beaten. The mouth of the just is a vein of life, and the mouth of the impious covers iniquity. Hatred rises up from disputes, and charity covers all offenses. In the lips of the wise, wisdom is discovered, and a rod is for the back of one who lacks heart. The wise store away knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is a neighbor to confusion. The substance of the rich is the city of his strength. The fear of the poor is their destitution. The work of the just is unto life, but the fruit of the impious is unto sin. The way of life is for those who observe discipline, but whoever abandons correction wanders astray. Lying lips conceal hatred. Whoever brings forth contempt is unwise. In a multitude of speaking, sin will not be lacking, but whoever tempers his lips is most prudent. The tongue of the just is choice silver, but the heart of the impious is exchanged for nothing. The lips of the just instruct many, but those who are unlearned shall die in destitution of heart. The blessing of the Lord causes riches. Affliction will be a companion to them. The foolish work wickedness as if in jest, but wisdom is prudence to a man. What the impious fear will overwhelm them. What the impious fear will overwhelm them. That's what you're supposed to. The just shall be given their desire. Like a passing tempest, so the impious one will be no more. But the just one is like an everlasting foundation, like vinegar to the teeth, and smoke to the eyes. So is a lazy one to those who send him. The fear of the Lord adds days, and the years of the impious will be shortened. The expectation of the just is rejoicing, but the hope of the impious will perish. The strength of the simple is the way of the Lord, and it is fear to those who work evil. The just in eternity shall not be moved, but the impious will not live upon the earth. The mouth of the just shall bring forth wisdom, the tongue of the depraved will perish. The lips of the just consider what is acceptable, and the mouth of the impious considers perversities. My brain went to sleep halfway through this chapter because it literally just repeated the same thing.
You don't have a brain, don't be silly.
This is... Woo! Content. TM.
What the fuck, Richard?
What the rich fuckered.
What the Richard?
What the dog doing? What the shrimp doing?
The shrimpy shrimping.
Proverbs 11. A deceitful scale is an abomination with the Lord, and a fair weighing is his will. Wherever arrogance may be, there too is insult, but wherever humility is, there too is wisdom, and a tabula rasa if you have 9 of them. The simplicity of the just shall direct them, and the rebellion of the perverse will devastate them. What?
Yeah.
Wealth will not profit in the day of vengeance, but justice shall liberate from death with one F. The justice of the simple shall direct his way, and the impious will fall in his impiety. The justice of the upright shall free them, and the iniquitous will be seized down by their own treachery. When the impious man is dead, there will be no longer any hope, and the expectation of the anxious will perish. The just one is freed from anguish, and the impious one will be handed over instead of him. The pretender deceives his friend by mouth, but the just shall be freed by knowledge. In the good of the just the city will exult, and in the perdition of the impious there shall be praise. By the blessing of the just the city will be exalted, and by the mouth of the impious it will be subverted. Whoever despises his friend is destitute in heart, but the prudent man will remain silent. Teras is not talking a lot. What does it say about him? Now Teras wasn't paying attention, so he has to look over what I'm commenting on, and then what? He will understand. Brain, what the fuck? Whoever walks dishonestly reveals secrets, but whoever is of a faithful soul conceals what is confided by a friend. Where there is no governor, the people shall fall, but where there is much counsel, well-being shall be. He will be afflicted with evil who provides a guarantee for an outsider. But whoever is wary of traps shall be secure. A gracious woman shall discover glory, and the robust will have wealth. A merciful man benefits his own soul, but whoever is cruel casts out even his close relatives. The impious...
My knee. I adjusted myself on my desk and a portion of my desk on my knee.
Teras, can you stop being so needy? Can you scream for us, at least?
Oh, that kind of hurt.
The impious does not work with inconstancy, but for the sower of justice there is the reward of faithfulness. Clemency prepares life, and the pursuit of evils prepares death with one F. A depraved heart is abominable to the Lord, and his will is with those who walk in simplicity. Hand in hand, the evil shall not be innocent, but the offspring of the just shall be saved. A beautiful and senseless woman is like a gold ring in the snout of a swine.
Good one.
That is an... You know what? I kind of want to put that in the best of. It's an interesting one. The desire of the just is entirely good. The anticipation of the impious is furry. Some distribute their own goods and they become wealthier. Others seize what is not their own and they are always in need. The soul that blesses shall be made fat, and whoever inebriates will likewise be inebriated himself. Whoever hides away grain shall be cursed among us, the people, but a blessing is upon the head of those who sell it. He does well to rise early, who seeks what is good. But whoever is a seeker of evil shall be oppressed by them. Whoever trusts in his riches will fall, but the just shall spring up like a green leaf. Whoever troubles his own house will possess the winds, and whoever is foolish will serve the wise. The fruit of the just one is the tree of life, and whoever receives souls is wise. If the just are repaid upon the earth, how much more is the impious and the sinner? How much more the impious and the sinner? I like to think I have driven Teras to accepting like 2 hours of Bible stream by vanishing for half a week. Why did you change your name? Why are you now justeggok? No, it's justeggok. I know this guy. His name is justeggok.
Actually fucking see your fucking antics.
They're not antics, they're bee-ticks. Because according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, however, does not care what humans think is impossible and flies anyways. BBVJ's revisions A1307-1.
No.
Interior, Benson house, continuous, angle on.
So much better than the Bible.
I thought it would make it easier to identify me, but clearly not. We live in the darkest timeline. No, I know you. As I said, I know you. You're justeggok. Justeggok, love the name. Where you got it from? Just egg. Okay. And what does egg have to do with anything? You're justeggok, exactly. A K-pop name. Nice.
K-pop name.
I mean,
you already got the hair for it.
It does pop. Okay.
Don't pop you.
I'll pop your cherry if you continue this.
Question mark?
No, you question mark? Proverbs 12. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is unwise. Whoever is good shall draw grace from the Lord, but whoever trusts in his own thoughts acts impiously. Man will not be made strong from impiety, and the root of the just shall not be moved. A diligent woman is a crown to her husband, and she who acts with confusion as to which things are worthy is decay to his bones. The thoughts of the just are judgments, and the counsels of the impious are dishonest. The words of the impious lie in wait for blood. The mouth of the just shall free them. Turn from the impious, and they will not be, but the house of the just shall stand firm. A man will be known by his doctrine, but whoever is vain and heartless will suffer contempt. Better is a pauper who has what he needs than someone glorious in need of bread. The just one knows the lives of his Bistonians, but the innermost parts of the impious are cruel. Whoever works his land shall be satisfied with bread, but whoever continually pursues leisure is most foolish. Whoever is soothed by lingering over wine leaves behind contempt in his strongholds. But the desire of the impious is the fortification of what is most wicked. But the root of the just shall prosper. For the sins of the lips draw ruin to the evil, but the just shall escape from distress. By the fruit of his own mouth each one shall be filled with good things, and according to the works of his own hands it will be distributed to him. The way of the foolish is right in his own eyes, but whoever is wise listens to counsels. The senseless immediately reveals his anger. But whoever ignores injuries is clever. He is a sign of justice who speaks what he knows, but whoever deceives is a dishonest witness. He who makes promises is also jabbed, as if with a sword, in conscience. But a tongue of the wise is reasonable. The lips of truth shall be steadfast forever, but a hasty witness readies a lying tongue. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evils, but gladness follows those who take up counsels of peace. Whatever may befall the just, it will not discourage him, but the impious will be filled with disasters. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but whoever acts faithfully pleases him. A resourceful man conceals knowledge, and the heart of the unwise provokes foolishness. The hand of the strong will rule, but anyone who is neglectful will pay tribute. Grief in the heart of a man humbles him, and with a good word he shall be made glad. He who ignores a loss for the sake of a friend is just, but the way of the impious will deceive them. The dishonest will not discover gain. The substance of a man will be like precious gold. In the path of justice there is life, but the devious way leads to death with one F. I kind of want to rename myself to Justeggok. Should I do it? Literally, why not? I mean, you're just stuck with that name for 3 months or whatever it is. Petition to replace just in the document with Justeggok.
It's already done.
I know, I saw it. I am very much aware of things happening in my peripheral vision.
You're not. That's just a lie.
I need the last 2 men from stream to answer. AKA Skytus. And what's his name? That's...
My name is Adam Lebowski.
Justeggok. He's the brother of Justeggok. Not to be confused with Justeggok, which is what your mom calls me. No, wait, the other way around. Your mom is just a cock because you are what you eat.
He's literally fucking... Guys, we just start a petition just to euthanize skaters.
That sounds like a euphemism, if you ask me. This name, wow. I'm disappointed. So when are you joining us for Bible reading? You've still dodged my question. Don't think I wouldn't notice, by the way. Proverbs 13. A wise son is the doctrine of his father, but he who ridicules does not listen when he is reproved. From the fruit of his own mouth, a man shall be satisfied with good things. Need to remember to put it in the document, by the way.
Who do you think I am?
Incompetent.
Hold on, just remove it.
But the soul of betrayers is iniquity. Whoever guards his mouth guards his soul, but whoever gives no consideration to his speech shall experience misfortunes. The lazy one is willing and then not willing. That sounds like Teras an awful lot.
Wow.
But the soul of he who labors shall be made fat. The justeggok shall detest a lying word, but the impious confound and will be confounded. Justeggok guards the way of the innocent, but impiety undermines the sinner.
Oh,
One is like the rich, though he has nothing, and another one is like the poor, though he has many riches. The redemption of a man's life is his riches, but he who is poor cannot tolerate correction. The light of the justeggok enriches, but the lamp of the impious will be extinguished. Among us, the arrogant, there are always conflicts, but those who do everything with counsel are ruled by wisdom. Substance obtained in haste will be diminished, but what is collected by hand, little by little, shall be multiplied. Hope, when it is delayed, afflicts the soul. The arrival of the desire is a tree of life. Whoever denounces something obligates himself for the future, but whoever fears a lesson shall turn away in peace. Deceitful souls wander into sins. The justeggok are merciful and compassionate. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, so that he may turn aside from the ruin of death with one F. Good doctrine bestows grace. In the way of the contemptuous, there is a chasm. The discerning do everything with counsel, but whoever is senseless discloses his stupidity. The messenger of the impious will fall into evil, but a faithful ambassador shall prosper. Destitution and disgrace are for those who abandon discipline, but whoever agrees with a reproof shall be glorified. The desired, when perfected, shall delight the soul. The fool detests those who flee from evils. Whoever keeps step with the wise shall be wise. A friend of the foolish will become like them. Evil pursues sinners, and good things shall be distributed to the justeggok. The good leave behind heirs, children and grandchildren, and the substance of the sinner is preserved for the justeggok. Much nourishment is in the fallow land of the fathers, but for others it is gathered without judgment. He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him urgently instructs him. The justeggok eats and fills his soul, but the belly of the impious is never satisfied. I plead the fifth. Oh, we don't even have 3 here. We're just 2.
oh my god.
They are
Justeggok is a...
I did my name red so it sticks out even more. I follow people. Will say thanks for the follow, Justeggok. Well, one important thing you should do. You should just go to a random streams and type something in chat or follow so they say out your name, and then you clip every single moment of those and you just collect them somewhere. Ideally, you download them in case they get deleted afterwards by the streamer, and then you just collect them, and in like a month or 2, you just release a compilation of all various streamers that you followed saying Justeggok.
If you get enough of them, we might even pay you for it.
I suppose I can join the next Bible stream as a guest. I'll do shots of vodka and read as well if you want. Always. I mean, you can even... I mean, we're probably about to stop knowing Teras, but you could
Well, I mean, if Justeggok joins, then I guess we can do it a bit longer. I'm just playing Worm World, so I'm satisfied with not leaving for now if need be.
I mean, the good thing is you don't have to pay any attention because all of this is just, listen, son, behave well and don't and follow Justeggok.
I kind of pay very subtle attention.
Yeah, there's no plot once again. It sucks. I want to rename my Discord name to Justeggok. I'm doing it.
What have you done, Egg? What? Why do you do this even when you do nothing? Please stop adding people to your fucking cult.
I'm having fun. I will get banned so hard. Why would you get banned for following people? Oh, Teras, somebody just followed me. Let me ban him.
What's this? Someone following us? And on my watch.
That is, look at my Discord real name. Where do I even see the real name?
He's delusional, ban him.
It's actually not showing. I just see J ... because I'm in streamer mode, but I can already guess what it is. Teras can check because he's not in streamer mode and you're on my Discord, so.
Who is he?
He is.
Where am I? Where am I looking?
User list on my Discord. There's not that many people. Does he have a different name picked here? Oh yeah, he goes by look at Meep Meep. Different name. What a troll.
Oh yeah, justeggok. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good one.
He literally gave up his identity to become justeggok.
My condolence.
Proverbs 14. A wise woman builds up her household, but a foolish one will pull down with her own hands what has been built up. One who walks on a virtuous journey and who fears guidance is despised by him who advances along a disreputable way. In the mouth of the foolish there is a rod of arrogance, but the lips of the wise guard them. Where there are no coxen, the feeding trough. Is it feeding trough? I can never remember. It's trough. The feeding trough is empty. But where there are many crops, there the strength of the cox is manifest. A faithful witness will not lie, but a deceitful witness offers a lie. A mocker seeks wisdom and does not find it. The doctrine of the prudent is accessible. Go against the foolish man, and he does not acknowledge the lips of prudence. The wisdom of a discerning man is to understand his way, and the imprudence of the foolish is to be wandering astray. The foolish will speak mockingly of sin, but grace lingers amongst us, the justeggok. The heart that knows the bitterness of its own soul, in its gladness the outsider shall not meddle. The house of the impious will be wiped away, yet truly the sky's tents of the justeggok shall spring forth. There is a way which seems justeggok to man, but its conclusion leads to death with one F. Laughter shall be mingled with sorrow, and mourning occupies the limits of joy. Holy fuck, I can't read anymore. The foolish will be filled up by his own ways, and the good man shall be above him. The innocent trust every word. The astute considers his own steps. Nothing good will be for the deceitful son. But the wise servant shall act prosperously. Shall act prosperously, and his way will be set in order. The wise fear and so turn away from evil. The foolish leap ahead with confidence. The impatient will work foolishness, and a resourceful man is hated. The childish will possess foolishness, and the discerning will anticipate knowledge. The evil will fall down before the good, and the impious will fall down before the gates of the justeggok. The pauper will be hated even by his own neighbor. Yet truly, the friends of the wealthy are many. Whoever despises his neighbor sins, but whoever pities the poor shall be blessed. Whoever trusts in the Lord loves mercy. They wander astray who work evil. Weird sentence once again. But mercy and truth prepare good things. In every work there shall be abundance, but where there are many words, there is often need. The crown of the wise is their wealth. The senselessness of the foolish is imprudence. A faithful witness frees souls, and the chameleon utters lies. In the fear of the Lord is the faithfulness of strength, and there shall be hope for his sons. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, so as to turn aside from the ruin of death with one F. In a multitude of people there is dignity for the king, and a paucity for the people, and in a paucity of people there is disgrace for the prince. Whoever is patient is governed by much prudence, but whoever is impatient exalts his foolishness. The well-being of the heart is life for the flesh, but envy is decay for the bones. Whoever slanders the indigent argues against his maker. But he who has compassion on the poor honors his maker. The impious will be expelled in his malice, but the justeggok finds hope even in his own death with one F. In the heart of the prudent, wisdom finds rest. So shall he instruct all the uneducated. Justeggok elevates a nation, but sin makes the peoples miserable. An intelligent minister is acceptable to the king. Whoever is useless shall bear his wrath.
Same, honestly.
Alright, drag me into the VC, assuming you are in a hidden channel on your Discord server. It's possible. Just sit here like a lemon. Just another lemon tree. No.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Exactly. You got trolled it.
Fucking wrecked.
Hold on, I'm getting called.
Bitch.
Hello, I am in a call.
No, you're not.
Well, no, he is not.
Oh, I've literally ruined everything, haven't I?
Yeah.
My camera on and my disc turned off.
I'm working on fixing things.
Uh,
Do you intend to make yourself visible or not?
I have no idea where my webcam is. I haven't
Okay.
used it in quite a while.
Then nope, that's the wrong
Wow.
side. There we go. Why is this? Oh yeah, because I didn't do this. There we go. I fix.
You fucking lemon. You fucking justeggok.
Lemon. You are a.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting to be in here quite so soon. So
Web up cup.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure
I
Loki
don't
is
actually have
not
any
really
vodka
gonna
at the
care.
moment. But I can get some gin. Hang on.
He's just gonna be like.
That's what I got.
He's just gonna be
fair.
like, oh,
I got some Edinburgh gin.
Fair
It was once again free.
of course.
here's my prediction. Loki's just gonna be like, oh, hello, welcome. Just whatever he's gonna pronounce it. I don't know Finnish pronunciation. And then he's gonna be confused, and then you will elaborate, and then he's like, okay, why did you change your name? And or maybe he's just not even gonna care about that.
Amazing.
I just had a great realization.
Mhm.
If you're here to read, then I can go and grab some snack and I can eat.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I have mango. So I can
You
now
look-
say, man, go fuck yourself.
I've got to say, like, you don't often show any emotion on your face, but you do look like slightly happy at that thought.
Not just like mango.
I'm not a big fan of mango. I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna it's been a while since I had mango, and I just thought, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, expand your horizons, that kind of thing. All right, okay. I'll be back shortly. I need to get some fuel.
Yeah. I
I'm
need a
gonna go have
toilet
some
break
crack.
anyway, so Eris,
Yes.
how sturdy is your 3D printer?
Uh,
How long is
pretty
the USB cable on your webcam?
not very long.
Ah, fortunate.
Why?
I wanted you to put the webcam on top of the nozzle head, whatever the fuck it's called, the printing thing. Because I'm gonna go AFK and then people have something to look at, which is totally going to be confusing and weird.
Well, I'll see what I can do. That goes to this far.
Yeah,
that's
what
not
I
very
thought.
far, is
That's
it?
not going to be enough.
Yeah. And I'm not going to move the printer because it's been printing something for the past 10 hours.
Yeah, obviously.
So.
Well, just point your camera at this shrimp tank and let's do it. Let's do some.
No, that's fine. I'll just show the other things that I already have printed.
Or do that. I'll be back in a moment or two.
So I got this Viking boat thing, which is for incense. Let me demonstrate. One grabs an incense stick, as one would, and you insert it into the hole, and then you get your Zippo, and then you light it, because that's how incest works. Yeah, that's the one.
A good one. Oh dear me. Well,
There you go. And now you have a incense stick that goes things, and it's a boat, and it's got, it's like a dish, so it doesn't spill out. Because for some reason every other incense stick holder is just retarded, and it just fucking goes everywhere. I think I used to have one on my desk a while ago. That was like a flower that you like stuck it in the middle, and it just stuck up. And the problem with that is incense sticks are not made to very high standards because it's just a stick, which means that oftentimes what happens is it's a very thin stick or a very oddly shaped stick, so it leans, and then the ash goes everywhere because the stand for the incense stick was not designed for something to not stand straight up, which is just a clear oversight at something that isn't very often made very well.
I
So,
found the
so this thing is genius. I also have a knife, like a karambit style knife, that folds out. It's just a bunch of 3D printed parts and 6 screws, and obviously the blades. It's even sturdy-ish. Like, it's not amazing, but it's fine. Then I have a boat, which is called the Benchy, which is the thing that you like test 3D printers with. And this one turned out very mediocre because for some reason there was a layer shift, and it's only happened when printing this, and it hasn't happened ever again. So 3D printers go burr. And then the actual thing that's actually useful is this box, which is actually what I'm printing right now. I'm printing another one of them. It's a box, and it's got drawers because I got a lot of small random shit.
Honestly,
Like,
it kind of looks like a
like USB drives.
it kind of looks like a drive
drill
cage.
bits and razor blades and Allen keys and screw bits and spanners and other fucking bullshit. So I'm making another one because apparently a lot of little drawers is what the fuck is get out of here. Apparently a lot of small drawers is just very useful to me. So
A peasant. Here's a little fun fact. You know what? No, I don't want to share this on stream. I changed my mind.
well,
I actually changed my mind.
I have found my webcam. I'm just quickly making sure there isn't anything too TOS breaking on the old stream.
Your face is 2S breaking.
yeah, just make sure you cover up your fucking shelf of dildos.
I mean, well,
Well,
I could just rotate the webcam. It's fine. It's no problem. No problem. Just go this way a bit, actually. Yeah.
are you looking at me like this guy does? Because I'm horny.
Oh no, it's Torvik. Torvik?
Go on.
No.
You wouldn't believe what I found in the kitchen. It's
You
chocolate
don't
cake.
have believed those eyes. The 2 million big black guys.
Go on.
Touch you in the ass.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't believe that.
It's pretty unbelievable, isn't it? Just wait till it actually happens. And boy, are you going to be surprised.
All right.
Proverbs 15. A mild response shatters anger, but a harsh word stirs up fury. Oh no, he ruined everything.
I have indeed ruined everything.
What if I just...
Not only did he ruin everything, but we still can't see him.
Yeah, exactly. There
Alright,
you go.
Fucking
coming.
literally scammed.
Proverbs 15. A mild response shatters anger, but a harsh word stirs up fury. The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the senseless gushes with
I
foolishness.
believe in you.
In every place the eyes of the Lord
Okay.
consider good and evil. A peaceful tongue is a tree of life, but that which is immoderate will crush the spirit. He's just insisting on ruining you.
I am, yeah.
A fool laughs at the discipline of his father, but whoever preserves rebukes. But whoever preserves rebukes will become a...
Take your time.
But whoever preserves rebukes will become a steward. Holy fuck, why is the sentence so complicated?
Good question.
Is that a pedo bear in the background?
What?
Jungle School.
Jungle skug.
Dear skunk. I remember.
The jungle skug.
In
We enjoyed the jungle skug.
In abundant justeggok there is very mediocre virtue, but the intentions of the impious will be eradicated. The house of the justeggok has very mediocre strength. And in the fruits of the
I
impious,
do like her both
there's-
wearing the bastard warmer.
there is
We got
disorder.
the same headphones too.
Yeah.
My brand.
Are you wearing a POD t-shirt by any chance?
You're rubbing
No,
off on too many people,
Yeah, that's what I was
but
saying.
you're not rubbing me off, unfortunately.
Very nice. I'll rub you off if you want. What?
The lips of the
Pretty
wise
saucy.
shall disseminate
Didn't realize it was
knowledge.
that kind of string.
The heart of the foolish will be dissimilar. The sacrifices of the impious are abominable to the Lord. The vows of the justeggok are appeasing. The way of the impious is an abomination to the Lord. Whoever pursues justeggokis is loved by him. Doctrine is evil to those who abandon the way of life. Whoever hates correction shall die. Hell and perdition are in the sight of the Lord.
You
How
fucking
much-
flap.
How much more the hearts of the sons of men? He who corrupts himself does not love the one who afflicts him, nor will he step towards the wise. A rejoicing heart gladdens the face, but by the grief of the soul the spirit is cast down. The heart of the wise seeks doctrine, and the mouth of the foolish feeds on ignorance. All the days of the poor are evil. A secure mind is like a continual feastonian. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than mediocre treasures and dissatisfaction. It is better to be called to vegetables with charity than to a fatted calf with hatred. A short-tempered man provokes conflict. Whoever is patient tempers those who are stirred up. The way of the slothful is like a hedge of thorns. The way of the justeggok is without offense. A wise son gladdens the father, but the foolish man despises his mother. Folly is gladness to the foolish, and the prudent man sets his own steps in order. Intentions dissipate where there is no counsel, yet truly they are confirmed where there are many counselors. A man rejoices in the verdict of his own mouth, and a word at the right time is best.
But what about his new mouth?
Own mouth.
But what about the new one?
I'll tell you a new one. I'll terrace you a new one.
Ooh.
The path of life is for the wise above, so that he may turn away from the end of hell. The Lord will demolish the house of the arrogant, and he will make firm the borders of the widow. Evil intentions are an abomination to the Lord, and pure conversation, most beautiful, shall be confirmed by him. Whoever pursues avarice disturbs his own house, but whoever hates bribes shall live. Through mercy and faith, sins are purged. But through the fear of the Lord, each one turns aside from evil. The mind of the justeggok meditates on obedience. The mouth of the impious overflows with evils. The Lord is distant from the impious, and he will heed the prayers of the justeggok. The light of the eyes rejoices the soul. A good reputation fattens the bones. The ear that listens to the reproofs of life shall abide in the midst of the wise. Whoever rejects discipline despises his own soul, but whoever agrees to correction is a possessor of the heart. The fear of the Lord is the discipline of wisdom, and humility precedes glory. This is awful.
You know what else is awful?
Me.
Sure, why not?
If you would like to take over, let me know when.
Yeah, I'm just sort of quietly asking Teras to
It's in that sheet.
is it?
Yeah.
Everything.
That sheet.
That's your one-stop
Literally
shop.
everything.
Top right. And if you say it's not on the top right, then you don't have a 1440 monitor and no eyes.
I don't have a 1440 monitor.
Yeah, you suck at life.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. I will do it on Monday.
Oh, your life sucks until Monday then.
I need more gin.
I mean,
True.
alternatively, you could just look at the stream and type the URL.
I could, but that sounds like a lot, honestly.
It's a bit blurry to be fair.
It is a little bit.
It's 360. I don't know which one of the document it is.
on Patreon
60
as
of
well.
the document.
It's the one that's highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thickness has covered his face, and Lord hangs down from his sides. I like these best ofs. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is. It's the best. Unfortunately, that's the best. Think about how much worse the rest is.
Yeah.
Gin with sparkling water is really fucking weird.
Oh. No, you're weird. Proverbs 16.
I don't like that.
I don't like
Just-
Proverbs 16 either.
That is fucking awful.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Egg, like,
So that's why you use tonic water instead.
yeah, I just ran out of tonic water, unfortunately.
I see.
I've literally used the last of it. Do you know the flavor that's left in your mouth after brushing your teeth?
I think Skytus is waiting for you patiently.
Like,
No,
like,
I'm
like
listening.
me.
I'm
that
intrigued.
like aftertaste, like 2-3 minutes after you finish brushing your teeth.
Oh yeah.
That's what this tastes like. It's just got that like numbing aftertaste. Yeah, hold on. I need hold on. Hold on.
Holding.
I'm in no rush. Like if Teras wants to share, then
I need to
wait.
I need to add some Dr. Pete.
Just a pee.
My man's a literal alchemist. He's plumbing the depths of unknown knowledge
Hold on,
to
I-
discover
I-
new things.
Teras,
Hold
do
on,
you
I need something I can stir with.
Teras, do you have a knight's helmet IRL?
Is that a trick question?
No, I'm just. Do you actually have one?
Of course I do.
Can you put it on, please?
I can go on. I can't taste the gin anymore. It's just Dr. Pete now. Yeah, hold on, let me go get my helmet.
Alchemy, turning toothpaste into comedy gold. I guess.
Yep.
All right. Can you continue stirring?
No, I can't hear anything. Hello?
Can you continue stirring?
I can't hear anything,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
Oh, well. Well, that sucks.
Hold on.
It's a good day to Deus Vault.
Well, if you would continue stirring with the helmet on, that would be most beneficial.
I need to
Why?
do my hang on.
Yeah, right.
All right, everybody. Pay very close attention to right above here. Because you know what you're witnessing? You know what that is? That is a Full Metal Alchemist. And you know what's even better? In a moment, when Teras is done stirring, I can tell him, and then I can just get even more disappointment. Because he didn't hear what I said.
Right, what was the joke? Because I didn't hear a single thing.
Justeggok, would you like to repeat it?
Skytis has so eloquently put it that you were a full metal alchemist.
Please kindly suck my left mat. Specifically the left one.
Anyways, Proverbs 16. It is for men to prepare soul and for the Lord to govern the tongue.
If we ever sleep in the same house, you will wake up being teabagged.
I'll bite.
Kinky.
Chompy. All the ways of a man are open to his eyes. The Lord is the one who weighs spirits. Open your works to the Lord, and your intentions will be set in order. The Lord has wrought all things because of himself. Like the impious is for the evil day. All the arrogant are an abomination to the Lord. Even if hand will be joined to hand, he is not innocent. The beginning of a good way is to do justeggok, and this is more acceptable with Skytis than to immolate sacrifices. By mercy and truth, iniquity is redeemed, and by the fear of the Lord, one turns away from evil. When the ways of man will please the Lord, he will convert even enemies to peace. Better is a little with justeggok than many fruit with iniquity. The heart of man disposes his way, but it is for Lord to direct his steps. Just Lord, okay? Foreknowledge is in the lips of the king. His mouth shall not err in judgment. Weights and scales are judgments of the Lord, and all the stones in the bag are his work. Those who act impiously are abominable to the king, for the throne is made firm by justeggokers. Justeggok lips are the will of the kings. He who speaks honestly shall be loved. The indignation of a king is a herald of death with one F, and the wise man will appease it. In the cheerfulness of the king's countenance there is life, and his clemency is like belated rain. Possess wisdom, for it is better than gold, and acquire prudence, for it is more precious than silver. The path of the justeggok turns away from evils. He who guards his soul preserves his way. Arrogance precedes destruction, and the spirit is exalted before a fall. It is better to be humbled with the meek than to divide spoils with the arrogant. The learned in
Would you like to buy some Swedish foot cream?
Can I buy a Swedish foot job?
No, but my foot cream is Swedish.
Did you taste it, or how do you know that it's Swedish?
Shut up.
The learned in words shall find good things, and whoever hopes in the Lord is blessed. Whoever is wise in heart shall be called
cursed.
prudent, and whoever is sweet in eloquence shall attain to what is mediocre. Learning is a fountain of life to one who possesses it. The doctrine of the foolish is senseless. The heart of the wise shall instruct his mouth and add grace to his lips. Careful words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healthful to the bones. Like a good
honeycomb, yeah.
and well-balanced breakfast. There is a way which seems right to a man, and its end results lead to death with one F. The soul of the laborer labors for himself, because his mouth has driven him to it. The impious man digs up evil, and in his lips is a burning fire. A perverse man stirs up lawsuits, and one who is verbose divides leaders. A man of iniquity entices his friend, and he leads him along a way that is not good. Whoever, with astonished eyes, thinks up depravities, biting his lips, accomplishes evils. What the fuck? Old age is a crown of dignity when it is found in the ways of justeggokers. A patient man is better than a strong one, and whoever rules his soul is better than one who assaults cities. Lots are cast into the lap, but they are tempered by the Lord.
Right.
Left.
Let me. Okay, all right.
For that.
I'll take over for a little bit here,
Two.
if you're all right with that.
I'm all left with that.
Do you want to keep highlighting as you're going, or do you want me to do it? It's up to you.
Why not both? More confusion.
I like different sections.
Oh no! All right.
We'll both read the same thing.
I'll highlight as well.
Yes.
We'll just highlight random sections.
Perfect.
All right. Let's get the mics up properly and turn noise cancelling off.
Noise cancelling off.
Yeah, we're doing this properly.
Oh no.
All right. Well, hold on then. Just hold on to your tights. I'm gonna go take a piss.
We're getting egg serious reading mode. Sorry, justeggok.
That feeling when you choose your nickname online because it only has one syllable and it's easy to read. People just decide to add more.
I picked my name to be simple, and then people are like, Sky Teas? Skitters? What is it?
Skills? I'm not quite tipsy yet, so I'm not going to be as fun, but I am getting that way.
Maybe you should aim to be fun without being tipsy. Or we could touch tipsy.
No, this isn't a hot tub stream. I don't think any of us are attractive enough to get away with that without being banned either.
I don't know. I'm pretty fucking sexy. I don't know what you're actually talking about, but I mean,
touching tips on stream.
Oh yeah, oh that could definitely get away with that.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be drinking this next.
What you got there?
With next whiskey.
Is it
Nice.
Bowmore or Bowmore?
Yes.
Very nice. All right.
That was once. I literally have like 5 bottles of alcohol. They're all gifts. This gin was for going to an old person's home and sticking a one of those like textured, frosted, effect-looking things on a piece of glass.
I like how this started. This is from going to an old person's home and sticking. ...
Sticking winks.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
neighbor from
stuck it
across the
right
street
in there.
really likes me now.
All right. Let's start then. A dry morsel with gladness is better than a house full of sacrifices along with conflict. A wise servant shall rule over the foolish sons, and he will divide the inheritance among brothers. Justeggok as silver is tested by fire, and gold is tested in the furnace. So also does the lard test hearts. The evil obey an unjusteggok tongue, and the false are submissive to lying lips. Whoever despises the poor rebukes his maker, and whoever rejoices in the ruin of another will not go unpunished. Sons of sons are the crown of old age, and the glory of sons is their fathers. Well-chosen words are not fitting for the foolish, nor are lying lips fitting for a leader. The expectation of those who stand ready is a most pleasing jewel. Whichever way he turns himself, he understands prudently. Whoever conceals an offence seeks friendships. Whoever repeats the words of another separates allies. A correction benefits more with a wise man than 100 strapes with a fool. The evil one continually seeks conflicts, but a cruel angle shall be sent against him. It is more expedient to meet a bear robbed of her young than the foolish trusting in his own folly. Whoever repays evil for good, evil shall not withdraw from his house. Whoever releases the water is the head of the conflict, and justeggok before he suffers contempt, he abandons judgment. Those who justeggokify the impious, and those who condemn the justeggok, both are abominable with scitis. What does it profit the foolish to have riches, when he is not able to buy wisdom? Whoever makes his house high seeks ruin, and whoever shuns learning shall fall into evils.
Hold on.
Whoever is a friend
Skytus.
loves
I-
all time.
No, I was first.
Skytus.
You know how you keep rubbing off on people, Egg, and just passively indoctrinate people into your cult?
Yeah,
We now have a word for that process of that.
justeggokify.
Just the gokification.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
Go ahead. Teras.
he's Skytus. I think Egg is doing such a good job that if you send me €5, I'll send him 10.
Profit, yes.
I mean,
I think he deserves it.
if I can pay you in some other way, because if I send you €5 with conversion and everything, PayPal will take like a good chunk of it. But otherwise,
Don't send me
not?
6.
Oh, it's starting to go to my head now. My face is starting to feel tingly. That's how you know it's coming.
Wise.
All right.
What, are you just drinking straight gin?
No, there's a bit of tonic water in there as well. Just to take the edge off.
Okay, are you drinking gin with tonic or tonic with gin?
Tonic, and yes.
Okay, it was the first one.
All right, carrying on. And a brother is proved by distress.
what?
A foolish man will clap his hands when he makes a pledge for his friend. Whoever dwells on discord loves disputes, and whoever exalts his door seeks ruin.
Me?
Whoever is of a perverse heart shall not find good, and whoever turns his tongue shall fall into evil. A foolish one is born into his own disgrace, but his father will not rejoice in one who is senseless. A joyful soul makes a lifetime flourish. A gloomy spirit dries out the bones. The impious receives gifts from the bosom, so that he may pervert the paths of judgment. Prudence shines forth from the face of the wise. The eyes of the foolish are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is the anger of the father and the grief of the mother who conceived him. It is not good to inflict damage on the justeggok, nor to strike the leader who judges uprightly. Whoever moderates his words is learned and prudent, and a man of learning has a precious spirit. If he would remain silent, Even the foolish would be considered wise, and if he closes his lips, intelligent. Proverbs 18. Whoever has a will to withdraw from a friend seeks occasions. He shall be reproached at all times. The foolish do not accept words of prudence, unless you say what it is already turning in his heart. The impious, when he has arrived within the depths of sin, thinks little of it, but ill repute and disgrace follow him. Words from the mouth of a man are deep waters, and the fountain of wisdom is a torrent overflowing. It is not good to accept the character of the impious, so as to turn away from true judgment. The lips of the foolish meddle in disputes, and his mouth provokes conflicts. The mouth of the foolish is his destruction, and his own lips are the ruin of the soul. Oh, I fucked up. Hang on. And his own lips are the ruin of his soul. The words of the double-tongued seem simple, and they reach even to the interior of the gut. Fear casts down the lazy, but the souls of the effeminate shall go hungry. Whoever is dissolute and slack in his work is the brother of him who wastes his own works. The name of the Lord is a very strong tower. The justeggok one rushes to it, and he shall be exalted. The substance of the wealthy is the city of his strength, and it is like a strong wall encircling him. The heart of a man is exalted before it is crushed, and humbled before it is glorified. Whoever responds before he listens demonstrates himself to be foolish and deserving of confusion. The spirit of a man sustains his weakness, yet who can sustain a spirit that is easily angered? A prudent heart shall...
In the evening.
A prudent heart shall possess knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks doctrine. A man's gift expands his way and makes space for him before leaders. The justeggok is the first accuser of himself. His friend arrives and shall investigate him. Casting a lot suppresses conventions and
Was
passes
that an
judgment.
uppercase lot or a lowercase lot? You need to specify.
I don't. You're going
Was
to
the
have
lot
to.
was the lot uppercase or lowercase?
Okay,
What do I? Right,
Okay, here.
educate me.
Casting a
Well,
lowercase lot
uppercase
suppresses.
lot is a person.
Okay.
Lowercase lot is a
it was
lot.
lowercase lot.
Okay, we need to specify.
Do I just say lot lowercase?
Yes, or,
I-
or
okay,
lowercase
I usually-
lot, something like that. Yeah.
I usually say the lower or uppercase before, but whatever you choose.
Okay, well, we
honestly.
can do it that
As
way.
long as you
We'll-
specify, we're all good here.
We'll keep to convention. Casting a lowercase lot suppresses contentions and passes judgment, even among the powerful. A brother who is helped by a brother is like a reinforced city, and the judgments are like the bars of cities. From the fruit of a man's mouth shall his belly be filled, and the harvest of his own lips shall satisfy him. Death with one eth, and life are in the power of the tongue. Whoever values it shall eat from its fruits. He who has found a good wife has found goodness, and he shall draw contentment from the lard. He who expels a good wife expels goodness, but he who holds on to an adulteress is foolish and impious. The poor will speak with supplications, and the rich will express themselves roughly. A man amiable to society shall be more friendly than a brother. Proverbs 19. Better is the poor who walks in his simplicity than the rich who twists his lips and is unwise. Where there is no knowledge of the soul, there is no good, and whoever hurries with his feet will stumble. The foolishness of a man undermines his steps, and then he sieves in his soul against Scytus. Riches had many friends, but from the pauper, even those whom he had become separated. fuck? A false witness shall not go unpunished, and whoever speaks lies will not escape. Many honor the character of one who is powerful, and there are friends for a giver of gifts. The brothers of the poor man hate him. Moreover, even his friends have withdrawn far from him. Whoever pursues only words shall have nothing. But whoever possesses reason loves his own soul.
Same.
And one who guards prudence shall discover good things. A false with. Have we already said? Why is it saying the same? Whatever.
No,
A false witness shall not go unpunished, and whoever speaks lies will perish. They're literally plagiarizing from themselves. They've already said this. Like they've just changed 2 words.
You should have been there earlier.
I hate to break it to you, but this has been an ongoing thing since the very beginning.
You should have been here earlier. There was a chapter where they had a psalm, and then the next psalm was 90% identical, but they just added even unto it something about eternal mercy at the end of every single sentence.
All right.
It's just Bible things, TM.
Fine things are not fitting for the foolish, nor is it fitting for a servant to rule over princes. The doctrine of a man is known through patience, and his glory is to pass beyond iniquities. Like the roaring of a lion, so also is the wrath of a king, and his cheerfulness is like the dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the grief of his father, and an argumentative wife is like a roof that is continually leaking. A house and its riches are given by parents, but a prudent wife is particularly from the Lord. Laziness sends one into a deep sleep, and a dissolute soul will go hungry. Whoever guards a commandment guards his own soul, but whoever neglects his own way will die. Whoever is merciful to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his efforts. Teach your son. Do not despair, but do not set your soul toward putting him to death with one F. Whoever is impatient will sustain damage, and when it has been taken away, he will set up another. Listen to counsel and take up discipline, so that you may be wise in your latter days. There are many intentions in the heart of a man, but the will of the Lord shall stand firm. An indignant man is merciful, and a pauper is better than a deceitful man. The fear of the Lord is unto life, and he shall linger in the plenitude without being visited by disaster. The lazy conceals his hand under his arm, and he will not so much as bring it to his mouth. When the pestilent are scourged the foolish will become wiser. But if you chastise the wise, he will understand discipline. Whoever afflicts his father and flees from his mother is disreputable and unhappy. Son, do not cease listening to doctrine, and do not be ignorant of the sermons of knowledge. An justeggok witness ridicules judgment, and the mouth of the impious devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for those who ridicule, and striking hammers are prepared for the bodies of the foolish. Okay, you can say something now.
Oh, wonderful. See, Skydus, if I think I've gotten to the center of this. If the prophets of the past spoke like Egg did, and no wonder the religion spread. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but I'm with him all the way. Not a single fucking shred of understanding what's actually being said.
You're just being deceived by his looks, be honest.
I look like a fucking lump.
Oh, apparently it's just Agag. The text-to-speech lady just corrected us. Just Agag.
Justeggok.
Can you do the other one as well? No, I'm curious.
Me?
No. Cat Peasant knows what I'm talking about, surely.
Yeah, all right.
If she says this now, I'm gonna lose it. If I got it right.
Justeggok.
Just Agag. Does it matter if you capitalize? Hold on, let me try without. Just out of curiosity, where is it? Yeah, maybe I should spell it correctly.
Justeggok.
Justeggok. So I was pretty close.
Yeah, yeah.
Justeggok.
You know, it's funny you should have said what you said earlier, Teras, because like I just like had a shower and brushed my teeth, so I do have a faint taste of toothpaste. It's faint now, but it's yeah.
Yeah, that's the faint one. That's what exactly what I'm talking about. It's the faint one that gets you.
Yeah. All right. Are you happy with me carrying on, Scotus, or
I'm always
wanna
happy
read
with
for a
not
bit?
me reading.
oh Jesus Christ!
I'm in no rush or anything to finish the Bible. This is Teras and I are in it for the long haul, so whenever we
Yeah,
can spice
so-
things up, I'm down for it.
Yeah, all right. Bit of pedagogy as a treat. All right. Carrying on then. It is a luxurious thing, wine, and inebriation is tumultuous. Anyone who is delighted by this will not be wise. Justeggok, like the roaring of a lion, so also is the dread of a king. Whoever provokes him sins in his own soul. Honour is for the man who separates himself from contentions, but all the foolish meddle in altercations. Because of the cold, the lazy one was not willing to plough. Therefore in the summer he will beg, and it will not be given to him. Counsel in the heart of a man is like deep waters, but a wise man will draw it out. Many men are called merciful, but who will find a faithful man? The justeggok who walks in his simplicity shall leave behind him blessed sons. The king who sits on the throne of judgment scatters all evil with his gaze. Who is able to say, "My heart is clean, I am pure from..." Why is that a question? Why haven't they put that off? That's not how that works. That isn't...
I'm able to say that. Doesn't mean that it's true.
That's not... You don't... They've put the question in the what for the... Right, hang on, sorry. Who is able to say, "My heart is clean, I am pure from sin"? Diverse...
Would you like me to fix it?
No, leave it broken, because we know the Bible is broken.
Well, were we trying to fix it though?
I hate it. I can't even... Diverse weights, diverse measures. Both are abominable with Scotus. A child may be understood by his interests, whether his works may be clean and upright. That's not... This is just getting worse. This Proverbs 20 is horrible. This is so badly written. 0 out of 10. A child... Have I already said that one? Oh yeah, I have. I've lost my way now. The hearing ear and the seeing eye. The Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep, lest deprivation oppress you. Open your eyes and be satisfied with bread. So you're saying if you don't get enough sleep, just eat some bread. It'd be fine. Just shove some bread in your gob. You'd be fine, mate. That'll wake you right up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, be satisfied. So just stop bitching about. I'm so tired. No, just
Just have some bread.
just eat.
Just have some bread, mate. It's fine. It's no problem. It is bad, says every buyer, and when he has withdrawn, then he will boast. Why would you say something's bad and then boast about it? What kind of idiot you... This is awful. I hate this.
Maybe it's like, dude, my day at work was yesterday. It was so awful, but I managed. Dude. I didn't. Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
Right.
I'm everything. I survived it. I'm great. I managed to suffer through it. I'm so amazing. That's the only...
Anyway.
I guess.
There is gold, and there are a multitude of jewels, but the lips of knowledge are a precious vessel. Take away the vestments of him who stands up to vouch for a stranger, and take a pledge from him instead of from outside. So, if you stand up for a stranger, you get your clothes stolen. You're just like, well, I guess you're naked now. It's like, oh, my cock's hanging out. What a shame. Shouldn't have stood up for that stranger. +1 to the kinky score, I guess. Fucking hell.
You just made that kinky, but yep, that is a plus
No,
one.
it literally says take away his vestments. It's like, I don't think this foreigner's doing bad. Oh, my clothes are gone.
I have a
I
question.
can't believe this has happened again.
Is underwear
Twice,
included
just today.
investment?
I can't afford all these clothes. Now I've got my nips out and my cock's hanging free. It's swinging back and forth. Sorry. I'm going to carry on drinking. This is going to get worse.
We need to clip that. Completely out of context.
Somebody, you know what? Brilliant idea. I just clipped the my cock's hanging out. That's a new sound redeem at some point. Hold on, let me just put a marker here.
Diverse weights, diverse measures. Both. Oh, no, wait. That's not. Oh, hang on. Oh, right.
Where did you just?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. The bread of lies is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth will be filled with pebbles.
Crunchy snack.
Specifically pebbles.
Fucking crunchy snack.
Mouth will be filled with pebbles.
I guess this is the Bible's version of these nuts in your mouth. How you like these pebbles in your mouth, idiots?
I just imagine yeah, work was really good today. Pebbles. Oh my god, I'm losing it. Right. Plans are strengthened by councils, and wars are to be handled by governments. Do not become involved with him who reveals mysteries, and who walks deceitfully, and who enlarges his lips.
Oh wait, but it's specifically his. So men who
Yeah.
dude, what is going on? That's like three best ofs already. Gee.
Whoever curses his father and mother, his lamp will be extinguished in the midst of the darkness. I'm gonna get some milk.
I just
it's
imagine
gonna help.
like an angry teenager is just in his room. And he's just, I fucking hate my father. And then his father's like, Alexa, turn his light off. Aww.
No! Right. When an inheritance is obtained hastily in the beginning, in the end it will be without a blessing. Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will free you. Diverse weights are an abomination with the Lord. A deceitful balance is not good. That's the third time they've said this.
But
I see they're trying to make a point, but
okay.
the steps of men are directed by the Lord, but who is the man able to understand his own way? It is ruin for a man to devour what is holy, or after making vows to retract them. A wise king scatters the impious and bends an archway over them. The spirit of a man is a lamp to the Lord, which investigates all the secrets of the inner self. You're a fucking lamp. Mercy and truth guard the king, and his throne is strengthened by clemency. The joy of youth is their strength, and the dignity of old men is their grey hairs. The bruise of a wound as well as scourges shall wipe away evils in the more secret places of the inner self.
That's the asshole.
Justeggok. As with the dividing of the waters, so also is the heart of the king in the hand of the Lord. He shall bend it whichever way he wills. Every way of a man seems right to himself, but the Lord weighs hearts. To do mercy and judgment is more pleasing to the Lord than sacrifices. To lift up the eyes is to enlarge the heart. The lamp of the impious is sin. The intentions of the robust continually bring forth abundance, but all the lazy are continually in need. Whoever gathers treasures by a lying tongue is vain and heartless, and he will stumble into the snares of death with one F. The robberies of the impious will drag them down because they were not willing to do judgment. The perverse way of a man is foreign, but whoever is pure, his work is upright. It is better to sit in a corner of the attic than with a contemptuous woman and in a shared house. The soul of the impious desires evil. He will not take pity on his neighbour. When the pestilent is punished, a little one will become wiser, and if he pursues what is wise, he will receive knowledge. The justeggok thinks carefully about the house of the impious, so that he may draw the impious away from evil. Whoever blocks his ears to the outcry of the poor shall also cry out himself, and he will not be heeded. A surprise gift extinguishes anger, and a gift concealed in the bosom extinguishes the mediocrist.
Mediocrist.
Fuck? Mediocrist. Indignation. It is gladness for the justeggok to do judgment, and it is dread for those who work iniquity. A man who wanders astray from the way of doctrine will linger in the company of Jeff
Bezos.
will linger in the company of the giants. Whoever loves a feastonian will be in deprivation. Whoever loves wine and fatness will not be enriched.
So if you're into BBW, you will not be rich.
Shame. The impious is given over instead of the justeggok, and the iniquitous is given over in place of the upright. It is better to live in a deserted land than with a quarrelsome and emotional woman. Wow, this chapter really has something against women, doesn't it?
This chapter?
No.
Really just like,
No,
it's just slamming it.
It's the whole book. That's not just this chapter.
It's just old men complaining about women. That's all it
That's
is.
the entire Bible.
Yeah.
You just summed up like a third of the Bible.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just...
Yeah.
Anyway. There is desirable treasure as well as oil, America, in the habitations of the justeggok.
Fuck yeah.
And the imprudent man will waste it. Whoever follows justeggokis and mercy shall discover life.
Egg.
Yes.
Egg.
Yes.
Just egg, okay.
Justeggokis and glory. The wise has ascended the city of the strong, and he has torn down the bulwark of the confidence. Of its confidence, rather. That's correction. Yeah. Whoever guards his mouth and his tongue guards his soul from anguish. A proud and arrogant one is also called ignorant, if he in anger acts according to pride. Desires kill the lazy, for his hands are not willing to work at all. He covets and desires all day long, but whoever is justeggok shall distribute and shall not cease. The sacrifices of the impious are abominable, because they are offered out of wickedness. A lying witness will perish. An obedient man shall speak of victory. The impious man insolently hardens his face, but whoever is upright corrects his own way. There is no wisdom, there is no prudence, there is no counsel, which is against the lard. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but the lard bestows salivation? Why would you want... Oh God! Please make me dribble on this day of battle! Sorry,
Did it ever occur to you that was by design? If you know what I mean.
Alright,
probably
Egg, please,
don't.
You've been sent your payment.
Oh, wonderful. Anyway.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue. Teras,
Yes.
What if we replace upright with uptight?
And that will require a council meeting. And at least 4 weeks of notice.
I'm not in a hurry. Egg, you were complaining about the Bible being repetitive. You have to understand
not
something.
particularly. Just,
Okay, you were pointing it. You were
just an
confused about
observation.
it rather than
I was talking over you, so I didn't know what you said.
you were confused by it. Then
Not confused, just
pointing it out.
in a state of
Confusion.
yeah, pretty much. That's not what I said, right? It's fine. I need more alcohol.
So, my dad actually sort of opened my eyes on this because I also was wondering why is the Bible so poorly written and so repetitive. You have to understand the target audience. It was people
a
back
bunch
then
of idiots
who are
who can't
very,
make
very,
out.
very, very dumb and incompetent.
Yeah, you have to repeat the things you actually want them to hear. The thing is that the priests, they don't even read it like this. They just pick out what they want.
Yeah,
They ignore all the bits that don't suit them in the moment.
To be fair, we're doing the same thing right now. We're writing a best of, and we're only going to be preaching those lines.
Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, you make a very valid point, but still,
You're?
Christ.
Are you maybe at the point where you should stop drinking?
No, absolutely not. When I can't see the screen anymore, then maybe, but
No, that wasn't gonna be another one of those nights. Look, just speak while you still can.
oh, so I'll continue speaking. I don't know about reading, but I'll definitely carry on speaking.
Oh no, I'm talking to Skyders, like
Oh, okay, right.
speak while you still can.
Oh yeah, that's very valid. I mean, it's a bit of a roulette wheel how I turn up when I'm in the when I'm in the beginning.
Exactly. Here, hold on. If I want,
What was I saying?
I mean, I can just.
It doesn't matter.
Here.
All right, are we carrying on?
I just. Fuck. I just.
Right, laser
Discord.
focus, my boy.
Uh-oh.
Laser focus. Right.
Oh no, it's fine.
I'm looking. I'm directing the eye holes. Right. We're going. Right. We're live. We're on air. Proverbs 22. A good name is better than many riches, and good esteem is above silver and gold. The rich and the poor have met one another. The Lord is the maker of them both. The clever saw evil and hid himself. The innocent continued on and was afflicted with damage. That's a lot of damage. The end of moderation is the fear of the Lord. Riches and glory and life. Weapons and swords are on the way of the perverse, but he who guards his own soul withdraws far from them. The proverb is, a youth is close to his way. Even when he is old, he will not withdraw from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Whoever sows iniquity will reap evils, and by the rod of his own wrath will he be consumed. Oh my. Whoever is inclined to mercy shall be blessed, for from his bread he has given to the poor. Whoever gives gifts will acquire victory and honor, but he carries away the soul of the receiver. Cast out the one who ridicules, and conflict will go out with him, and accusations and insults will cease. Whoever loves cleanness of heart because of the grace of his lips will have the king as his friend. The eyes of the Lord watch over knowledge, and the words of the iniquitous are supplanted. Sorry, I got a little bit of spittle building up.
Are you salivating? Or
I am. The Lord has blessed me with salivation. As
and
is the
some
way.
pebbles in the mouth.
A little bit of pebble as a joke. Hang on, let me see if I can find a rock. I'll be right back.
Pebble to the mebble.
I regret to inform you that I have not found a rock, and I almost also fell over, so I'm just going to not do that. Where was I? The 22:30. Alright, okay, hang on. The lazy one says there is a lion outside. Oh, bloody hell, a lion.
Do not eat bread, lion penalty.
Jesus Christ, it's literally...
Minecraft Survival Alpha be like...
Yeah, it's a fucking lion, mate, Jesus. I might be slain in the midst of the streets. By the lion? Wait, in fucking Jerusalem? There's no lions in Jerusalem. Jesus.
No, with that attitude.
Not with that attitude, no. The mouth of a foreign woman is a deep pit. The Lord was angry with him who will fall into...
Just falling into the mouth, just the woman. No.
Falling into the mouth of a foreign woman? I know the feeling, honestly.
I mean, which mouth are we talking about? Is it just,
Foolishness
I've slipped
has
and my
been
penis
bound
has-
to the heart of a child, and a rod of discipline shall cause it to flee.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever slanders the poor so as to augment his own riches will give it away to one who is richer and will be in need. Incline your ear and listen to the words of the wise, then apply your heart to my doctrine. It shall be beautiful to you if you preserve it in your inner self, and it shall overflow from your lips like cam, so that your confidence may be in the Lord. Therefore, I also have revealed it to you this day. Behold, I have written it for you in 3 ways, and with mediation, and with meditations and knowledge, so that I might reveal to you firmly and with words of truth, in order to respond about these things, to those who sent you. Do not act with violence towards the pauper, because he is poor, and do not weary the needy at the gate, for the Lord will judge his case, and he will pierce those who have pierced his soul. Do not be willing to be a friend to an angry man, and do not walk with a furious man, lest perhaps you learn his ways, and take up a stumbling block to your soul. Do not be willing to be with those who certify with their hands, and who offer themselves as a guarantee against debts. Against debts. For if you
Take your time.
If you do not have the means to restore, what reason should there be for him to take the covering from your bed?
What?
Do not cross beyond the ancient limits that your fathers have set. Have you seen a man swift in his work? He shall stand in the sight of kings and not before those who are disreputable. When you sit down to eat with a leader, pay close attention to what has been set before your face, and put a knife to your throat if in such a way you could hold your soul in your own power.
What does that
Do not
even...
desire his foods in which...
What does that even mean?
Do not desire his foods in which is the bread of deceit. Do not be willing to labor so that you may be enriched, but set limits by your prudence. Do not raise your eyes towards wealth that you are not able to have, for they will make themselves wings like those of an eagle, and they will fly in the sky.
Chicken wings.
What this is essentially saying is if you're poor, fucking stay that way. Because we don't want to be rich, because then that makes us less rich by comparison. You fucking paupers. Just religion, okay?
Poor piss, more like piss poor.
Do not eat with an envious man, and do not desire his foods, for like a seer and an interpreter of dreams, he presumes what he does not know. Eat and drink, he will say to you, and his mind is not with you. The foods that you had eaten you will vomit up, and you will lose the beauty in your words. Do not speak into the ears of the unwise. They will despise the doctrine of your eloquence. Do not touch the boundaries of little ones, and do not enter into the field of the fatherless.
Hold on. Now hold on. What's in the fuck?
Well, the Catholic Church has clearly not been paying attention to this one, I'll tell you that much for free. Oh boy.
Oh.
For their close relative is strong, and he will judge their case against you. Let your heart enter into doctrine, and let your ears enter into words of knowledge. Do not be willing to take away discipline from a child, for if you strike him with the rod, he will not die.
What?
Not with that attitude.
What the fuck?
In other words, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so bend over and show us your ass crack.
I just do not be willing to take away discipline from a child. So just, if the child misbehaves, just fucking slap the hell out of him. He's not gonna die, it's fine.
That is literally what it's
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's saying that if you don't discipline a child, you're depriving them.
Keep it legit.
Christ, man. The past, eh?
Dude, what the fuck is this? This is.
Oh my
getting some
god,
comedy.
wait till we get to the next line. You will strike him with the rod, and so shall you deliver his soul from hell. Christ. With a rod. What constitutes a biblical rod? I don't know if I even want to know the
Look
answer
down
to
in
that
your
question.
pants. I mean, what?
Strike him with the bloody rod, mate. Blimey, fucking hell.
No,
Christ.
strike him bloody with a rod.
Oh boy, my son, if your soul will become wise, my heart will be glad with you, and my temperament will exult when your lips will have spoken what is upright. Let not your heart compete with sinners,
What's upright?
but be in the fear of the Lord all day long, for you will have hope in the end, and your expectation will not be taken away. Listen, my son, and be wise, and direct your soul along the way. Do not be willing to be in the feastonians of mediocre drinkers, nor in the carousings of those who gather to feed on flesh. I like how this one here is specifically saying, don't go to parties with people who can't drink a lot because they're not fun. Literally, mediocre drinkers.
He lacks critical
Christ.
information.
It does.
What a fun to be alive. I want to get some of these like biblical people, chug back a bunch of drink and make them some spaghetti. They'll never forget it. That's my speciality. I did it the other week as well. My mate was well surprised. It was great. Sorry as well. When I'm drinking, I'll get a little bit local, so I apologise if you barely understand what I'm saying. I try not to do it for the most part, but it is.
We're committed to this.
Yeah. Right, where am I?
I'm good.
For those who waste time drinking and those who surrender themselves to symbols will be consumed, and those who sleep will be clothed in rags. Yeah, don't sleep. That's not very holy of you. You like your clothes. You know how it is. What's I saying? Listen to your father who conceived you, and do not despise your mother when she is old.
When she's young, it's fine.
Purchase truth, and do not sell wisdom or doctrine or understanding.
What are you selling?
The father of the justeggok exults in gladness. He who has conceived the wise will rejoice in him. Let your father and your mother be joyful, and may she who conceived you exult. My son, offer me your heart, and let your eyes keep to my ways. For a loose woman is a deep pit, and a foreign woman is a constricted well.
Teras, you can't tell me that this is not talking about. No, you lost this one, Teras. There is no talking yourself out of this.
I'm starting to really like this book.
This
This
book is
particular one.
this book is getting a lot more kinky than I anticipated.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, good lord. What's happening? It's all gone fucking kinky, mate.
The jungle
Kinky?
skunk.
I was kinky
All right.
once.
The jungle skog.
The jungle's cock.
She lies in wait along the way like a robber, and the incautious one whom she sees she will put to death with one F. Who has woe? Whose father has woe? Who has quarrels? Who falls into pits? Who has wounds without cause? Who has watery eyes?
Me.
It is not those who linger over wine, and who strive to be drinking from their cup. Is it not those who linger over wine, and who strive to be drinking from their cups? Do not gaze into the wine when it turns gold. When its colour shines in the glass, it enters pleasantly. But in the end it will bite like a snake, and it will spread poison like a king of snakes. Your eyes will see women who are outsiders, and your heart will utter perversities. And you will be like someone sleeping in the middle of the sea, and like a pilot fast asleep who has lost his hold on the helm. And you will say, they have beaten me, but I did not feel pain. They have dragged me, and I did not realize it. When will I awaken and find more wine?
Teras,
Yeah, all right.
remember how the Bible forbids dressing up like a woman?
Yeah.
Which dragging are they talking about here in this sentence? It says they have
Yes.
dragged me.
Proverbs
I
20.
don't know.
You drink so much you fall, you just pass out, and then they just dress you in woman's clothes, and you wake up. Ah, damn it! I guess I'm dying.
Need a bit more wine. That helped me get over it. Do not imitate evil men, nor desires to be among them. For their mind meditates on robberies, and their lips speak deceptions. By wisdom shall a house be built, and by prudence shall it be strengthened. By doctrine the storehroom shall be filled with every substance that is precious and most beautiful.
Not your mom.
A wise man is strong, and a well-taught man is robust and valiant. For war is undertaken in an orderly manner, and safety shall be where there are many counsels. Wisdom is beyond the foolish. At the gate he will not open his mouth. Whoever intends to do evil shall be called foolish. The intention of the foolish is sin, and the detractor is an abomination among men. If you despair, being weary in the day of anguish, your strength will be diminished. Rescue those who are led away to death with one F, and do not cease from delivering those who are dragged away to a violent death with one F. If you would say, I do not have sufficient strength, he who inspects the heart, the same one understands, and nothing slips past the one who preserves your soul. And he shall repay a man according to his works. My son, eat horny, because it is good, and the horny comb, because it is so sweet to your throat. So too is the doctrine of wisdom to your soul. When you have found it, you will have hope in the end, and your hope shall not perish. Do not lie in wait, and do not seek impiety in the house of the justeggok, nor spoil his rest. For the justeggok one will fall 7 times, and he shall rise again. But the impious will fall into evil. When your enemy will fall, do not be glad, and do not let your heart exult in his.
Guys, it's done printing.
And do not let your heart exult in his ruin.
It's a box.
Egg is not done
Drawers.
reading. We're about
Excuse me?
50% done with the Bible. There's still some more reading.
Excuse me, I'm preaching.
Wow.
Are we all done here?
No. Okay, now we're done.
Thank you. I will continue. Lest perhaps the Lord see, and it displease him, and he may take away his wrath from him. Do not contend with the most wicked, and do not be a rival to the impious, for the evil hold no hope in the future, and the lamp of the impious will be extinguished. My son, fear the Lord as well as the king, and do not mingle with detractors, for their perdition shall rise up suddenly, and who knows what ruin will be for each of them. Likewise, these things are for the wise. It is not good to base judgment on knowledge of character. Those who say to the impious, you are justeggok, shall be cursed by the people, and the tribes shall detest them. Those who argue against the impious shall be praised, and a blessing shall come upon them. He shall kiss the lips who responds with upright words. Prepare your outdoor work, and diligently cultivate your field, so that afterward you may build your house. Do not be a witness without cause against your neighbor, and do not mislead anyone without. Oh, right, hang on, I've totally fucked that one, hang on. Do not be a witness without cause against your neighbor, and do not mislead anyone with your lips. Do not say, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will repay each one according to his work. I passed by the field of a lazy man, and by the vineyard of a foolish man. And behold, and Behold, it was entirely filled with nettles, and thorns had covered its surface, and the stone wall was destroyed. When I had seen this, I laid it up in my heart, and by this example I received discipline. You will sleep a little, I said. You will slumber briefly. You will fold your hands a little, so as to rest. And destitution will overtake you like a runner, and begging will overtake you like an armed man. These two are the parables of Solomon, which are the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, transferred. It is to the glory of scholars to conceal a word, and it is to the glory of kings to investigate speech. Heaven above, and earth below, and the heart of kings are each unsearchable. Take away the tarnish from silver, and a most pure vessel will go forth. Take away impiety from the face of the king, and his throne shall be made firm by justeggok. Do not appear glorious before the king. Impere? Hang on. Do not appear glorious before the king, and do not stand in the place of the mediocre. For it is better that it should be said to you, ascend to here, than that you should be humbled before the prince. The things that your eyes have seen do not offer hastily in a quarrel, lest afterward you may not be able to make amends, when you have dishonored your friend. Argue your case with your friend, and do not reveal the secret to an outsider, lest perhaps he may insult you when he has heard it, and he might not cease to reproach you. Grace and friendship free a man. Preserve these for yourself, lest you fall under reproach. Whoever speaks a word at an opportune time is like apples of gold on beds of silver. Whoever reproves the wise and obedient ear is like an earring of gold with a shining pearl.
Yeah.
Justeggok like the gold.
They had earrings back then? Okay.
No, wouldn't they?
Justeggok like the cold of snow in a time of harvest. So also is a faithful messenger to him who sent him. He causes his soul to rest. A man who boasts and does not fulfill his promises is like clouds and wind when rain does not follow. By patience a leader shall be appeased, and a soft tongue shall break hardness. You have discovered horny. Eat what is sufficient for you, lest perhaps being filled up you may vomit it. Oh my. Withdraw your feet from the house of your neighbor, lest when he has had his fill he may hate you. A man who speaks false testimony against his neighbor is like a dart, and a sword and a sharp arrow. Whoever sets his hopes on the unfaithful in a day of anguish is like a rotten tooth and a weary foot, and like one who loosens his garment in cold weather. Oh my. Whoever sings verses to a wicked heart is like vinegar on baking soda. What? Did they have vinegar and baking soda in like the?
Yes.
I mean, vinegar was.
I mean,
really
vinegar
old.
definitely, but baking
And,
soda.
and bicarbonate of soda isn't really anything special. It's just a chemical.
That's interesting. Justeggok like a moth, like a moth to a garment. Yeah. Sorry. Justeggok like a moth to a garment and a worm to wood. So too does the sadness of a man do harm to the heart.
Make me to snort.
If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink.
Good power play, but okay.
For you will gather hot coals upon his head, and the Lord will repay you. Oh, Christ. Where am I? The north wind brings forth the rain, and a sorrowful face brings forth a detracting tongue. It is better to sit in a... Have we not already had this exact...
Probably.
Shut up. Just shut up.
It
and
is better to
consume.
sit in a corner of the attic than with an argumentative woman and in a shared house. Like cold water to a thirsty soul, so too are good reports from a faraway land. The justeggok falling down before the impious is like a fountain stirred up by feet, and like a corrupted spring. Justeggok as whoever eats too much horny, it is not good for him. So also whoever is an investigator of what is majestic will be overwhelmed by glory. Justeggok like a city lying in the open, and without surrounding walls, so also is a man who is unable to restrain his own spirit in speaking. In the manner of snow in the summer, and rain at the harvest, so also is glory unfit for the foolish. Like a bird flying away to another place, and like a sparrow that hurries away freely, so also a curse uttered against someone without cause will pass away. A whip is for a horse, and a muzzle is for a donkey, and a rod is for the back of the imprudent. Do not respond to the foolish according to his folly, lest you become like him. Respond to the foolish according to his folly, lest he imagine himself to be wise. Whoever sends words by a foolish messenger has lame feet and drinks iniquity, in the manner of a lame man who has beautiful legs to no purpose. So also is a parable unfit for the mouth of the foolish. Justeggok like the one who casts a stone into the pile of mercury, so also is he who gives honour to the foolish. In the manner of a thorn, if it were to spring up from the hand of a drunkard, so also is a parable in the mouth of a foolish. Judgment determines cases, and whoever imposes silence on the foolish mitigates anger. Like a dog that returns to his vomit, so also is the imprudent who repeats his foolishness. Have you seen a man who seems unwise to himself?
No.
There will be mediocre hope held for the unwise. That really trips me up.
No, it did
Hope
not.
held for the unwise and for him.
This does not say
The
unwise.
lazy one says, there is a lion along the way and a lioness in the roads. Justeggok, as a door turns upon its hinges, so also does the lazy one turn upon his bed. The lazy one conceals his hand under his arms, and it is a labour for him to move it to his mouth. The lazy one seems wiser to himself than 7 men speaking judgments. Justeggok like one who takes hold of a dog by the ears, so also is he who crosses impatiently and meddles in the quarrels of another. Justeggok, as he is guilty, who let loose the arrows and the lances out on. Justeggok is at Justeggok, as he is guilty, who let loose the arrows and the lances unto death with one F. So also is the man who harms his friend by deceitfulness, and when he has been apprehended, he says, I did it, jokingly.
It's just
When
a
the
prank,
wood
bro.
fails, the fire will be extinguished, and when the gossiper is taken away, conflicts will be quelled. Justeggok as charcoals are to burning coals, the wood is to fire, so also is an angry man who stirs up quarrels. The words of a whisperer seem simple, but they penetrate to the innermost parts of the self, in the same manner as an earthen vessel, if it were adorned with impure silver. Conceited lips are allied with a wicked heart. An enemy is known by his lips, though it is known from his heart that he draws out deceit. When he will have lowered his voice, do not believe him, for there are 7 vices in his heart. Whoever covers hatred with deceit, his malice shall be revealed in the assembly. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever rolls a stone, it will roll back to him. A false tongue does not love truth, and a slippery mouth works ruin.
Women disagree with her last sentence.
I'll ruin you.
Ruin you. You woo.
Alright. You're gonna have to give me a minute because I'm
1
Maybe
minute,
start.
okay. Starting now. So you have a dry mouth and you continue drinking alcohol. You think that's gonna help?
No, but it will make it funnier.
Okay, fair
It'll
enough.
make him ignore his dry mouth.
Ignore. Side effects
I
may
think
include
I've got
dry
some
mouth,
water on the
nausea,
other side of the
vomiting,
room,
water
hang on.
retention, painful rectal, hallucination, dementia, psychosis, coma, death, and halitosis. Magic is not for everyone. Consult your doctor before use.
Oh, fuck. Alright, hang on.
Yeah.
He's made it!
He's a very,
Woo!
he's a very light drinker, mind you. He doesn't need a lot.
He even made it back. Impressive.
Alright, yep.
You have 3 more seconds. And the minute is up.
Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what the future day may bring. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth. An outsider, and not your own lips. A stone is weighty, and sand is burdensome, and rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. But the wrath of the foolish is heavier than both. Anger holds no mercy, nor does fury when it erupts. And who can bear the assault of one who has been provoked? An open rebuke is better than hidden love. The wounds of a loved one are better than the deceitful kisses of a hateful one. Highly disagree. A sated soul will trample the honeycomb, and a hungry soul will accept even bitter in the place of sweet. Justeggok, like a bird migrating from her nest, so also is a man who abandons his place. Ointment and various perfumes delight the heart, and the good advice of a friend is sweet to the soul. Oh, Christ. Is sweet to the soul. Do not dismiss your friend or your father's friend, and do not enter your brother's house in the day of your affliction. A close neighbour is better than a distant brother. My son, study wisdom and rejoice my heart, so that you may be able to respond to the one who reproaches. The discerning man, seeing evil, hides himself. The little ones continuing on sustain losses. Take away the garment of him who has vouched for an outsider. Again with the stealing of cloves. Ah,
Yoink.
oh, oh. And take a pledge from him on behalf of his foreign. And take a pledge from him on behalf of foreigners. Whoever blesses his neighbour with a grand voice, rising in the night, shall be like one who curses.
Huh?
A roof leaking on a cold day, and an argumentative woman are comparable. We literally had this say. I'm just gonna shut up. He who would restrain her, he is like one who would grasp the wind, or who would gather together oil with his right hand, specifically the right hand.
Yes.
Not the left hand,
No.
just the right hand, just some oil. It's like oily. Iron sharpens iron, and a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Whoever maintains the fig tree shall eat its fruit, and whoever is the keeper of his master shall be glorified. In the manner of faces looking into shining water, so are the hearts of men made manifest to the prudent. Hell and perdition are never filled. Similarly, the eyes of men are insatiable, in the manner of silver being tested in the refinery and gold in the furnace. So also is a man tested by the mouth of one who praises. The heart of the iniquitous inquires after evils, but the heart of the righteous inquires after knowledge. Even if you were to crush the foolish with a mortar, as when a pestle strikes over pearled barley, his foolishness would not be taken from him. Be diligent to know the countenance of your cattle, and consider your own flocks. For you will not always hold this power, but a crown shall be awarded from generation to generation. The meadows are open, and the green plants have appeared, and the hay has been collected from the mountains. Lambs are for your clothing, and goats are for the price of a field. Let the milf of... Fuck's sake. Let the milk of goats be sufficient for your food, and for the necessities of your household, and for the provisions of your handmaids.
Handmaids love MILFs. Bitches love MILF.
The impious flees, though no one pursues, but the justeggok, like a confident lion, shall be without dread. Because of the sins of the land, it has many princes, and because...
How much longer is this? Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I'm suffering. I'm actually suffering.
We all are. Welcome to life.
Because of the sins of the land, it has many princes, and because of the wisdom of a man and the knowledge of those things that are said, the life of the leader shall be prolonged. Oh, I feel like I got a burp coming on, but it ain't. It's not happening.
That's not a burp coming on.
Oh dear. Oh, that was a little bit vomity, actually. Oh Christ. Maybe I should stop drinking. What was I saying? And knowledge and of those things that are said, the life of the leader shall be prolonged. A poor man slandering the poor is like a violent rainstorm in the advance of a famine. Those who abandon the law praise the impious. Those who guard it are inflamed against him. Evil men do not intend judgment, but those who inquire after the Lord turn their souls toward all things. Better is the pauper walking in his simplicity than the rich walking in the ways of depravity. Whoever keeps the law is a wise son, but whoever feeds gluttons brings shame to his father. Whoever piles up riches by usury and profit gathers them for him who will give freely to the poor. Whoever turns away his ears from the listening to the law, his prayer will be detestable. Whoever deceives the justeggok in a malicious way will fall into his own perdition, and the simple shall possess his goods. The rich one seems wise to himself, but the poor one, being prudent, shall evaluate him. In the exaltation of the justeggok, there is mediocre glory. When the impious reign, men are brought to ruin. Whoever hides his crimes will not be guided, but whoever will have confessed and abandoned them shall overtake mercy. Blessed is the man who is ever fearful, yet truly, whoever is hardened in mind will fall into evil. An impious leader over a poor people is like a roaring lion and a hungry bear. A leader destitute of prudence will oppress many through false accusations. But whoever hey.
Take your time.
But whoever hates avarice shall prolong his days. A man who slanders the blood of a life, even if he flees to the pit, no one will tolerate him. Whoever walks simply shall be saved. Whoever is perverse in his steps will fall all at once. Whoever works his land shall be satisfied with bread, but whoever pursues leisure will be filled with need. A faithful man shall be mediocrely praised, but whoever rushes to become rich will not be innocent. Whoever shows favoritism in judgment does not do well. even it is for even in the beginning, even if it is for a morsel of bread, he forsakes the truth. A man who hurries to become rich and who envies others does not know that destitution will overwhelm him. Whoever corrects a man afterward, he shall find favour with him, more so than he who deceives him with a flattering tongue. Whoever takes away anything from his father or mother and who says, "This is not a sin," is the associate of a murderer. That's a bit harsh. It's a little bit harsh, isn't it? It's like, that's like...
Stealing
it's
from
just
your
like,
parents equals
alright then.
murder. Actually,
Guess you murdered someone. It's like, or guess you like you. Whoever boasts and enlarges himself, oh my, stirs up conflicts. Yet truly, whoever trusts in the Lord will be healed. Whoever trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever treads wisely, the same shall the same. But who
The same shelf shall be built.
Skibbity bop.
But
What?
But whoever get the same shall be saved. Whoever gives to the poor shall not be in need. Whoever despises his petition will suffer scarcity. When the impious rise up, men will hide themselves. When they perish, the justeggok shall be multiplied. And I think that's about as much as I can do because I'm struggling to read now and things are not lining up in my head. But you're welcome.
Thank you for your service, Teras.
What?
We've lost an egg.
No, that's unfortunate. Shit happens on that, right?
I don't know. You tell me if this happens.
Sometimes.
Okay, so it's nothing to be worried about.
Nah, it's fine. What would you worry about if it was drinking more?
All right then. Proverbs 29. The man who, with a stiff neck, treats the one who corrects him with contempt will be suddenly overwhelmed to his own destruction, and reason shall not follow him. When justeggok men are multiplied, the common people shall rejoice. When the impious take up the leadership, the people shall mourn. The man who loves wisdom rejoices his father, but whoever nurtures promiscuous women will lose his substance. A justeggok king guides the land, a man of avarice will destroy it. A man who speaks to his friend with flattering and feigned words spreads a net for his own feet. A snare will entangle the iniquitous when he sins, and the justeggok shall praise and be glad. The justeggok knows the case of the poor. The impious is ignorant of knowledge. Pestilent men squander a city, yet truly the wise avert fury. A wise man, if he were to contend with the foolish, whether in anger or in laughter, would find no rest. Bloodthirsty men hate the simple one, but the justeggok seek out his soul. A foolish one offers everything on its mind. A wise one reserves and defers until later. A leader who freely listens to lying words has only impious servants. The pauper and the creditor have met one another. The Lord is the illuminator of them both. The king who judges the poor in truth, his throne shall be secured in eternity. The rod and its correction distribute wisdom, but the child who is left to his own will brings shame to his mother. When the impious are multiplied, crimes will be multiplied, but the justeggok shall see their ruin. Teach your son, and he will refresh you, and he will give delight to your soul. When prophecy fails, the people will be scattered. Yet truly, whoever guards the law is blessed. A servant cannot be taught by words, because he understands what you say, but he disdains to respond. Have you seen a man rushing to speak? Foolishness has more hope than his correction. Whoever nurtures his servant delicately from childhood, afterwards will find him defiant. A short-tempered man provokes quarrels, and whoever is easily angered is more likely to sin. Humiliation follows the arrogant, and glory shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoever participates with a thief hates his own soul, for he listens to his oath and does not denounce him. Whoever fears a man will Whoever fears man will quickly fall. Whoever hopes in the Lord shall be lifted up. Many demand the face of the leader, but the judgment of each one proceeds from the Lord. The justeggok abhor an impious man, and the impious abhor those who are on the right way. By keeping the word, the son shall be free from perdition. Proverb 30. The words of the gatherer, the son of... Excuse me? The words of the gatherer, the son of the vomiter.
Brilliant.
What? The vision that the man spoke. Skytus is with him, and he, being strengthened by Skytus, and abiding with him, said, I am the most foolish among sus men, and the wisdom of men is not with me. I have not learned wisdom, and I have not known the knowledge of sanctity. Who has ascended to heaven, and also descended? Who has grasped the wind in his hands, and who has tied the waters together as with a garment? Who has raised all the limits of the earth? What is his name, and what is the name of his son, if you know? Every word of Skytus is fire-tested. He is a bronze shield to those who hope in him. Do not add anything to his words, lest you be reproved and be discovered to be a liar. 2 things I have asked of you. Do not deny them to me before I die. Remove, far from me, vanity and lying words. Give me neither begging nor wealth. Apportion to me only the necessities of my life. Lest perhaps being filled I might be enticed into denial and say, Who is the Lord? Or, being compelled by destitution, I might steal and then perjure myself in the name of my Skytus. Do not accuse the servant to his Lord, lest he curse you and you fall. There is a generation which curses their... Did you hear anything?
Nope. Hang on.
There is a generation which curses their father, and which does not bless their mother. There is a generation which seems pure to themselves, and yet they are not even washed from their filthiness. There is a generation whose eyes have been elevated, and their eyelids are lifted on high. There is a generation which has swords in place of teeth, and which commands their molars to devour the indigent from the earth and the poor from among sus men. The leech has 2 daughters who say, Bring, bring! 3 things are insatiable, and a 4th never says, Enough! Hell, and the mouth of the womb, and a land that is not filled with water. And truly, fire never says, Enough! The eye of one who mocks his father and who despises the childbearing of his mother. Let the ravens of the torrent tear it out, and let the sons of the eagles consume it.
He's going.
Me.
I do grant you permission to start wrapping it up.
I mean, I was planning to.
Soon.
Yeah. Don't worry, there's a perfect...
Not immediately.
Yeah. No, it's...
Oh, is it at the end of a book?
Literally.
Oh, wonderful.
3 things are difficult for me, and about a 4th, I am nearly ignorant. The way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the middle of a sea, and the way of a man in adolescence. Such is the way of an adulterous woman, who eats, and wiping her mouth, says, I have done no evil. By three things the earth is moved, and a 4th it is not able to sustain. By a slave when he reigns, by the fool when he has been filled with food, by a hateful woman when she is taken in matrimony, by a handmaid when she has been heir to her mistress. The fuck is matrimony, or however the fuck you pronounce it?
Marriage, is it no?
Matrimony. Interesting.
What is it?
Fancy wording. 4 things are Listonian upon the earth, and they are wiser than the wise. The ants, an infirm people who provide food for themselves at the harvest. The rabbit, a sickened people who make up their beds upon the rock. The locust has no king, but they all depart by their troops. The lizard supports itself on hands and dwells in the buildings of kings. There are 3 things that advance well, and a 4th that marches happily on. A lion, the strongest of Pistonians, who fears nothing that he meets. A rooster prepared at the loins, likewise a ram, and a king, whom none can resist. There is one who has appeared foolish, after he was lifted up on high. For if he had understood, he would have placed his hand over his mouth. But whoever strongly squeezes the other to bring out the MILF presses out butter. And whoever violently blows his nose brings out blood. And whoever provokes wrath brings forth discord. Uh-oh, there's a zombie.
There he is. Oh, he's trying.
Oh.
Hey, egg. Go have some water.
He's gonna follow if he gets up.
That'll be fine. Egg is a surprisingly nimble drunk.
You've stunned him by saying that.
I'm a surprisingly mobile drunk.
Nimble.
Not yet, but
Please do not become mobile on camera.
Proverbs 31. The words of King Lemuel.
Fucking lemon.
Budget Samuel, confirmed Lemuel. The vision by which his mother instructed him. What, oh my beloved? What, oh beloved of my womb? That is just... Imagine if your mother addressed you as beloved of my womb. That's just... What? What?
I mean, at least it would be funny.
True. What, oh beloved of my vows?
Oh, he's got blush.
Do not give your substance to women, or your riches to overthrow kings. Not to kings, O Lemuel, not to kings give wine, for there are no secrets where drunkenness reigns, and perhaps they may drink and forget judgments, and alter the case of the sons of the poor. Give strong drink to the grieving, and wine to those who are bitter in soul. Let them drink, and forget their needs, and remember their sorrow no more. Open your mouth for the mute, and for all the cases of the sons who are passing through. Open your mouth, and declare what is justeggok, and do justeggokes to the indigent and the poor. Who shall find a strong woman? Far away, and from the furthest parts is her prize. The heart of her husband confides in her, and he will not be deprived of spoils. She will repay him with good and not evil, all the days of her life. She has sought wool and flax, and she has worked these by the counsel of her hands. She has become like a merchant's ship, bringing her bread from far away. And she has risen in the night and given a prey to her household, and provisions to her maids. She has considered a field and bought it. From the fruit of her own hands, she has planted a vineyard. She has wrapped her waist with fortitude, and she has strengthened her arm. She has tasted and seen that her tasks are good. Her lamp shall not be extinguished at night. She has put her hand to the strong things, and her fingers have taken hold of the spindle. She has opened her hands to the needy, and she has extended her hands to the poor. She shall not fear in the eyes of cold. She shall not fear in the cold of snow for her household. For all those of her household have been clothed twofold. She has made embroidered clothing for herself. Fine linen and purple is her garment. Her husband is noble at the gates when he sits among us, the senators of the land. She has made finely woven cloth and sold it, and she has delivered a waistband to the Canaanite. Strength and elegance are her clothing, and she will laugh in the final days. She has opened her mouth to wisdom, and the law of clemency is on her tongue. She has considered the paths of her household, and she has not eaten her bread in idleness. Her sons rose up and predicted mediocre happiness. Her husband rose up and praised her. Many daughters have gathered together riches. You have surpassed them all. Charm is false, and beauty is vain. The woman who fears the Lord, the same shall be praised. Give to her from the fruit of her own hands, and let her work praise her at the gates.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on a minute.
Don't need to move us over. I'm too lazy. Enjoyability. It started out weak, but then there were some funny bits later, which definitely increased the enjoyability.
Where ratings?
But
Enjoyability.
Was it?
I actually thought it was nice and short.
It
There
was
was-
short, but
It was funny. There was kinky. There was shit happening. I'm gonna give this one a pretty high rating.
I'm thinking more like 5 or 6. It was overall just, I don't know. Maybe the funny was, let's go with 6 characters. Which characters? It was literally just father telling son, don't whore and don't sleep with whores, and women are inferior, and
I mean, those are some valuable lessons.
yeah, but those are no characters, so there's no character development and anything. So that's a 0.
I don't know. I think genetic characters are
All right.
still characters.
Writing. It was very repetitive once again.
It was,
And
but it was better than.
yeah, but the sentences were
All
all
other
very,
things.
very samey in all the chapters. It was always father tells son, don't do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. It's very.
I don't know. It seemed a bit more majestic than that when I was reading.
I think I'm gonna give it a 4. Plot. Yeah. Does it count as plot? Just wasn't really.
I mean,
There was
yeah,
no
it was-
plot. There was no consistency. It was just.
uh,
Funnily enough, it was full of proverbs.
Oh really?
He would have thought.
It was even less plot than before. I'm trying to think if there was anything I would consider plot.
Well, at least all the
No.
proverbs were proverbs.
Yeah, I mean,
Comedy.
Comedy.
Yes.
that was some. I mean, we can quickly scroll over and just.
I mean, it was short, and there was quite a few.
Whoever takes away
I
anything
think that-
from his father or mother or says this is not a sin is the associate of a murder. Stealing from your parents is the same as murder, or as helping murder. Justeggok, as he is guilty, who let loose the arrows and the lances unto death with 1 F, so also is the man who harms his friend by deceitfulness. And when he has been apprehended, he says, I did it jokingly. Okay, it's just a prank, bro.
Prank, bro. This is a social experiment.
My son, eat horny because it is good, and the honeycomb because it is sweet to your throat. It's decent. Oh yeah, for a loose woman is a deep pit, and a foreign woman is a constricted well. Do not touch the boundaries of little ones, and do not enter into the field of the fatherless. Do not be willing to take away discipline from a child, for if you strike him with the rod, he will not die. That was a fucking good one. What else do we have? Who is able to say, my heart is clean, I am pure from sin? Just
Question mark?
Question mark. Yeah.
open your eyes. Oh yeah. Do not let love sleep, lest deprivation oppress you. Open your eyes and be satisfied with bread.
Yeah.
Take away the vestment of him who stands up to vouch for a stranger. The classic.
Take his clothes away. Yeah.
The bread of lies is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth will be filled with pebbles.
This one was fucking hilarious.
Do not become involved with him who reveals mysteries and who walks deceitfully and who enlarges his lips.
Don't talk to Scooby-Doo, got it.
Oh my fucking god. A beautiful and senseless woman is like a gold ring in the snout of a swine. Just a very apt comparison. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, we had the if you stay clothed and put on a condom, you can just have sex with random women, it's fine. Oh yeah, for the price of a prostitute is only 1 loaf. Yet the woman seizes the precious soul. For the low price of 1 loaf, you can have sex with a succubus. Well, that's all of them, so that was, considering how short this was, that was some good comedy. That was like,
Oh yeah. We've not had this much laughs for a while.
yeah, I think 8. There's definitely room for more density of comedy, but it was fucking good. That's actually 8. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books that are better, but it is definitely in the top part. And then Kinky, yeah, there was definitely some.
There was some good shit in there.
That was
It wasn't quite descriptive BDSM,
yeah.
but there
That's
was
that's
a lot
why
of
that's
a lot of sprinkled bits.
that's why I'm thinking more like a 7. But
I had a 7, and then you got to the succubus for breath exchange.
And the foreign women have tight holes.
yeah, I mean all of those are just we'll round up to an 8, sure. Oh, look, Teras, it's ever so slightly better. The average history has gone up. Let's go. Oh my god. Well, I guess next time
I do just like that the average started at 7,
it's
then
actually
stayed at 6 for a very short time, then went to 5,
then
then went up
completely
to 5, back up to 6 very briefly,
this.
then just started fucking tanking.
Dude, just look at this. It went from 5.8 to 5.2 thanks to Deuteronomy. That's just
Yeah.
that's actually ridiculous. Then yeah, we just Chronicle Valley. Holy fuck, man. That's just
Create a chronicle dip.
that's
Just went
actually
from 6 to 4. Like not even less than fucking.
yeah, it was.
Honestly.
Well, I guess next time we're gonna figure out what the hell the words of Ecclesiastes are.
It's Ecclesiates?
Eclit?
Yeah.